Wait a second. You're telling me that the Republic sent Yoda, the Grand Master of the Jedi Order, to a negotiation with only one ship? They didn't even send a starfighter escort to protect him? This is fucking Yoda, man. You gotta keep him safe. Also, speaking of shitty protection, this is the king of Toydaria. The fucking king! And he only has 2 guards with him. That's it. He's basically defenseless. Give him a larger escort. He's the leader of your entire planet.
Indeed. When you decide to join us, my apprentice will contact me.
We see later in the series that Dooku straight up enslaves certain neutral worlds, so why would he not do that with the Toydarians? Why bother trying to flip them to the Separatists? He could easily invade the planet and take them hostage, and that would be a much more secure way of ending the Toydarian threat than risking your negotiations getting fucked up.
In an escape pod, sir? The enemy will fire at anything we launch.
Then launch all of them, you will.
This works. Also, how lucky are we that the droids have selective aim? They can take out the empty escape pods, but not the one with Yoda.
My lord, Master Yoda's warship has fled the system. What further evidence do you require of the Jedi's weakness?
And right on cue, Thyre contacts him. What incredible timing.
If he escapes, join the Republic. But should my droids defeat Yoda, consider an alliance with the Separatists.
I feel like settling a wartime alliance on a fucking bet is probably a sin.
Don't worry, Supreme Leader.
Supreme Leader? She's a fucking assassin. Why are they calling her their Supreme Leader?
Hold it. Hold it. I said hold it. Wait. That's far enough. I mean it. Stop.
Aren't these robots? How are they even physically capable of disobeying an order? Also, obvious attempt at getting little kids to laugh at dumb robots is obvious.
Infantry, advance.
You'd think that robots would have a better plan than just walking blindly into a forest, but I guess not.
Split up by squad and spread out.
And now they're splitting up. Why? These droids are literally designed to overwhelm their enemies with numbers, so why are they reducing their numbers? Not a single one of the droid's lasers hit the clone, who is literally standing still with 0 cover. Why did the droids pause for a solid second there? It's not as if there's any reaction time to take into consideration. They're robots. They should have immediately pulled the trigger. Yoda is fucking dead. This rocket actually hit the ground and explodes behind Thyre's foot, and yet he somehow gets launched backwards. That's not how physics work. Also, Thyre is somehow not completely fucking dead right now. He's totally still with no cover, and a full squad of hostile robots right there. He is dead. End of story. These rocks that they're using for cover right now were much farther away before, but somehow they teleported up to provide the clones with some cover.
Hey, what's going on?
That is a literal war crime. Did that alien tree just fall from a single laser blast? Are you kidding me? That's one weak-ass tree. Okay, this imagery paired with this music is fucking beautiful, and I have to remove a sin for it. The Clone Wars has some great shit to add to the Star Wars universe. Pointless B-roll is pointless.
Grease. Always focused on the enemy, are you? For inspiration, look to yourself and those beside you.
Alright, this entire scene is fucking amazing. The way that this show characterizes the clones and develops the relationship between the clones and their Jedi generals is absolutely incredible. How did they get out of the cave so quickly? They heard the tanks coming and felt the vibrations, and yet they were able to leave through the only entrance and not be seen? Why are they not immediately shooting?
Quickly, ready, aim, fire! Fire!
Wait, how the fuck are they disobeying orders yet again? These are some really shitty robots. Okay, that was fucking badass. Remove another sin, you gorgeous bastard.
But I just got promoted!
How do robots even get promoted? They're robots. They're no different from each other. Robot promotion must be the most pointless thing in this universe. So, I understand that cutting the bottom of the tank would make it fall, but why did it make the cockpit explode? He never even touched it. Wait a second, this animal design is basically the exact same as the nebula monsters that show up in a later episode. I think I'm seeing some lazy creature design.
I'm sorry, but I will be joining the Republic.
Look, I get that he's got a strong sense of honor, but these are Sith, and he literally just told a Sith that he's gonna join the opposing side of a war before Yoda shows up to protect him. That is not a smart move. Does he want to die?
In the end, cowards are those who follow the dark side.
It's a pity I wasn't there in person, my old master.
A pity indeed, my fallen apprentice.
You know what? I've got to remove one more sin, cause this one simple conversation between former master and apprentice is awesome, and actually gives us a little bit of insight on their former relationship. Nice job, Clone Wars.
Your Majesty, fail you, we will not.
Perfect dramatic timing is perfect and dramatic.
Droidarian Royal Delegation, this is the Republic Envoy. Please respond.
Das sind ja nur 12 Kilometer bis zum Stadtkern. Ist der Russe schon so nah? Man müsste die ganze Luftwaffenführung sofort aufhängen!
This is King Katunku. Speak.
The courtesy of your hall is somewhat lessened of late.
Hold it. Hold it. I said hold it. Wait. That's far enough. I mean it. Stop.
They no! They stop! No means no!
That's a lot of smoke for a surrender.
Do me a favor. Shut the fuck up.
The clone Starfleet is under siege. Dozens of Republic warships have been destroyed in merciless surprise attacks that leave no survivors.
The word siege is defined as a military campaign that cuts off supplies to a location. What the show is describing is a series of brutal attacks that don't leave any survivors, which is completely different. You can't pull this shit on an English major. Also, narration. Wait, so the military and Jedi Council both collectively agreed that the single most deadly weapon in the entire Confederate arsenal could be taken down by only 3 cruisers? Surely the Republic military and Jedi aren't both that stupid, right?
They must have realized we are tracking them.
We're tracking 3 Republic cruisers.
Wait, but I thought they just said the good guys were tracking the bad guys. Now you're telling me it's the other way around? I mean, I understand that it's totally plausible for both sides to be tracking each other, but it's so confusing because they don't give us a ton of exposition on how tracking works.
Skywalker's fleet is nearby, in the Bith system.
Oh yeah, the bitch system. We all know that one. That's the one that has the things and is important because of the reasons. You know the one I'm talking about.
We've tracked it to the Avocado system.
And now the avocado system? Why is that strategically important? Do they supply the occupying troops with free guacamole?
We need reinforcements.
I'll have to ask the Council, Master Plo. I was given strict orders to protect our staging area.
This doesn't quite seem to fit Anakin's character. The prequel showed us how impulsive he is, and this show has made a point of making him out to be eager to join battles, so it doesn't really seem like he would be hesitant and worried about the Council's position on helping Master Plo.
Master Skywalker, have you had any success in finding General Grievous' secret weapon?
Why is the Chancellor asking Anakin about the secret weapon? Wasn't Master Plo the one who was sent to find it, not Anakin?
General Grievous, this will be a suitable test for our new weapon.
But hasn't this ship already been used a bunch of times? Wasn't that the entire point of the opening narration? If the ship has already been tested, then this isn't so much a test as it is a massacre.
Open fire!
We're not in range yet, sir.
Not in range, my ass. This is space, my boy. There's nothing like air or wind resistance to stop or slow down any projectiles you launch at the enemy. An object in motion stays in motion, blah blah blah. Does this universe not have their own version of Isaac Newton? Although, I do have to admit that this weapon, which disables all functionality in ships, is pretty badass, and I love it. You'd think that highly trained military operatives would wait for their pathway to be clear of debris before launching their escape pod, but nope, they just immediately launch themselves into a giant piece of metal and die horrific fiery deaths in the merciless vacuum of space.
We must keep our position secret. Send out the hunters. I want all of those life pods destroyed.
I think this is actually a pretty interesting character moment for Count Dooku. Some people would argue that he was ultimately a victim of the dark side and only started practicing it as a means of helping his people, but this episode clearly shows us that he's been consumed by his power. He has zero regard for the lives of the clones simply because they're the enemy. He's willing to slaughter completely defenseless men. It's a small, but also pretty awesome character moment.
The absence of distress beacons indicates that his fleet was destroyed like the others.
Yeah, I mean, we're all shocked that sending 3 lousy cruisers to defeat a mysterious superweapon didn't work. Seriously, we're all floored by this result.
Boldly spoken for one so young.
Honestly, that line gave me creepy Catholic priest vibes. Actually, knowing who Palpatine truly is, it's kinda not that far off.
It might be, but I know you won't argue my orders.
Anakin's starting to sound a little too much like a dominatrix for my taste.
With all due respect, General, strategically, it doesn't make any sense for someone to come look for us. If I was in command, I'd be hunting that weapon down.
I value your life more than finding that weapon.
You know what? All jokes aside, this is such a great moment. Most Jedi during the Clone Wars didn't really care about the clones under their command, but Plo Koon genuinely values them as equals. There's a reason why the Wolfpack painted the Plos Bros logo on their gunships. He's easily one of my favorite Jedi of all time.
Someone busted that pod wide open.
Thanks for explaining it to us, guys. I mean, I saw what happened with my eyes and I figured it out with my brain, but Commander Wolf's real designation is apparently Captain Obvious.
Master, I should tell you why I spoke up before.
You don't have to explain anything.
In other words, shut the fuck up and be obedient. Damn, maybe Anakin really is a dominatrix.
Huh. So it's okay when you don't follow what the Council says.
Doing what the Jedi Council says, that's one thing. How we go about doing it, that's another.
See, instead of reminding the Council that the Jedi Code is all about saving lives and putting others before yourself, you were supposed to deceive them, which directly conflicts with the Jedi Code. Get on my level, Ahsoka.
Switch on the Illuminator.
And now they're using Dumbledore's Deluminator? I didn't know the Clone Wars was a crossover with the Harry Potter universe. This just got a whole lot more interesting.
This one goes there, that one goes there.
Orgies.
What if we connect these 2 wires right here?
Sheer dumb luck.
Pod 1977, do you copy?
The droids are hunting for survivors. They're cutting through.
Okay, that was pretty brutal. Just imagine a group of merciless, unfeeling robots cutting open your defenseless spacecraft to make you float out and die in the vacuum of space. This might be a kid show, but it gets pretty dark from time to time, and I love it.
Now, Ahsoka, we might find something you don't want to find.
This line reminded me that Ahsoka is literally a child. Bringing her on a rescue mission where you'll almost certainly find a bunch of dead people is super irresponsible and fucked up.
How do you know Master Plo anyway?
He's one of my oldest friends. It was Master Plo Koon who found me and brought me to the temple where I belong.
This is the first time he's learning about this? Really? How long has she been his apprentice?
What is it, R2?
R2 thinks he's got something on the emergency channel.
Can he trace it?
Dramatic emergency channel timing is dramatic.
I can withstand the pressure for a brief time.
What do you mean, pressure? Space has little to no pressure, correct? For there to be pressure, don't there have to be, like, molecules and shit? How does this super advanced society not know shit about science? Also, I really love the idea that Plo Koon's species has the ability to survive for short periods of time and space, even with limited equipment, but how can the clones possibly survive? Their helmets don't magnetically seal on their armor, so there's a gap between the helmet and their armor, meaning it shouldn't be able to protect them, right? And they also don't have any oxygen in their helmets. In a later episode in one of the late seasons, we see that the armor needs extra equipment to protect the clones in space, so this whole concept of them going out of the pod and somehow not dying is pretty ridiculous.
Wolf, keep the communication signal alive.
Oh great, the infamous and super badass Commander Wolf is going to stay inside the escape pod and not actually fight. Yay, exactly what I was hoping for. How is this visual helpful in the slightest? It doesn't really provide any information at all. Wait, why didn't the other clones in that other pod we saw earlier do this? Yeah, they didn't have any equipment or weapons, but they should have still done this.
I can't get a clear shot.
Wait, I thought these were clone troopers, not stormtroopers. This ship very clearly has guns right here, so why aren't the droids just using those to blow up the pod and take out the clones and Master Plo?
It's Ahsoka. She must be close.
Keep the signal alive, Commander.
Is the show implying that Plo can hear Wolf from outside the pod? Cause this motherfucker ain't got any sort of communication device on him right now. Also, how is any of the noise, for example the gunfire and ship sound effects, happening in space? Sound doesn't travel in space. This move is actually pretty awesome, and I would feel wrong if I didn't remove a sin for it. I mean, not only is it pretty badass, but it also helps to further cement the trust between Plo Koon and his clones.
Perhaps some survivors are putting up a fight. That is something we cannot allow.
So you're going to send out more hunters, right? No? They're just going to let them go? Okay.
Please listen to me, Anakin. Return at once.
Yes, Excellency.
It's actually pretty cool to watch this scene with the knowledge that Palpatine is really just trying to get Anakin to leave Plo Koon to die. Palpatine hates all Jedi, but he most likely hates Plo more than most because of how powerful he is, and he's actively trying to get Anakin to leave him out here. Small details like this are what make this show so much fun.
We're just clones, sir. We're meant to be expendable.
Not to me. That is when we found out it was an ion cannon.
If they already knew that type of weapon existed based on the fact that he knew the name of the weapon, then why don't they have any kind of defense against it?
There's a massive vessel approaching.
Hey, Anakin. Size doesn't matter, dude.
The droid!
You'd think that Master Plo exclaiming, "the droid," would remind them of the medical droid, but apparently Jedi are all idiots. Wouldn't it make so much more sense to send out smaller vessels alongside the cruiser to do more in-depth searching? Why would they only fly the cruiser out to search? This seems like an obviously ineffective strategy.
Hey, what's with the lights? Power is going out. Maybe that ship has returned.
Aren't the clones supposed to be smart? How have they not realized the medical droid should be shut down?
We forgot to shut off the medical droid.
Thanks, Ahsoka. Your snark is really helping the situation. And of course, the super weapon will take its sweet time to power up, even though it didn't need to do that earlier when Master Plo's fleet tracked them down. TV show's got a TV show, I guess. Oh no, I'm really worried that they might not make it out of this situation. Wait, I know for a fact that both Anakin and Plo Koon appear in the next movie. Never mind, we got this whole thing under control.
Right beside you, Sky Guy.
Words cannot describe how much I utterly hate that nickname. But TVSins will probably do the trick.
The separatist battleship Malevolence advances unopposed to Republic space.
The definition of unopposed is not challenged. The Malevolence has been challenged. It has simply won each challenge, so by definition, it has not been unopposed. Also, narration.
Anakin Skywalker prepares a counterattack on the enemy ship and its diabolical droid commander, General Grievous.
Grievous is a cyborg, not a droid.
As the bulk of our fleets are engaged on the front lines, we'll be on our own.
Wait, but Admiral Yularen never explains why they're going to be alone. Where are the rest of the Republic's ships? Yeah, he said that the rest of their ships are engaged on the front lines, but still. Also, who's this guy? The show never explains where he comes from, his name, his family, or what happens to him after the show, and that's all a very big plot hole.
While our capital ships are vulnerable to the enemy's attack, I believe a squad of bombers can outmaneuver their ion weapon. Our target will be the bridge.
Anakin already knows that the Malevolence has a bunch of normal cannons as well, so I don't know why he thinks his plan could ever possibly work.
The head clanker. Skywalker's getting pretty ambitious.
Wait, but who's the head clanker? The show never explains this.
Any questions?
Just tell us where that metalhead is, sir. Yeah, we've been waiting for a chance to take him out.
Yeah, fuck Slipknot. Wait, I think I'm thinking of something else.
You think our boys can pull it off?
Yes, sir! There hasn't been a mission Shadow Squadron couldn't complete.
Confidence. It makes me sad to admit that the clone troopers have better gaming chairs than I do. Why does the ion cannon take no time at all to charge up now when it took a few years to do the exact same thing last episode? Is it because there aren't any main characters on this ship? I think it's because there aren't any main characters on this ship.
Boy, this is a lot more fun when they're not shooting back. I still can't seem to hit anything.
Droid humor to entertain little kids. I mean, at least it's better than Jar Jar.
Grievous, those battle droids are expensive.
No, they're not. The entire reason the Confederacy uses battle droids is because they're cheap to produce and they can therefore mass produce a ton of them. Does Dooku not even know the cost of his own army?
I have the coordinates for a new target. The Republic's secret Outer Rim medical station.
In case you weren't sure how far Dooku had fallen, he's now commanding the destruction of medical facilities. That's a sin because, well, you know, reasons.
You're with me. You'll be my gunner.
Isn't Ahsoka a child? Why is nobody raising the moral question about bringing a child into a heated war zone?
Broadside could do that.
Broadside? That's fat-shaming.
But I so enjoy your company, my Padawan.
Now Anakin is starting to sound like a priest. Actually, he is a Jedi, so he's not that far off.
The enemy warship has attacked our convoy of medical transports near Rindelia.
Rindelia? Why do half the planet names in this show sound like Mario Kart courses?
The Rindelia system. Near Naboo. Isn't that where our medical base is? I'll bet that will be his next target.
How convenient that Anakin figured that out. I mean, I know it fits his character to figure things out like that, but it's just so convenient.
With a ship that big, he will be unable to chart a course that's less than 10 parsecs.
A parsec is a unit of distance, not time. You've already made this mistake, Star Wars. Come on, dude.
Warn that station what's coming.
Is he talking about himself when he's with Padme? Oh, wait, he's talking about the Malevolence. Never mind, my bad.
I had a feeling you'd be coming along. Your ship has already been prepped.
Yet another convenience. I mean, just because the Jedi have the magical ability to know things in advance doesn't mean they should know things in advance. That's totally a sin.
It is our only hope.
No, there is another. Whoops, wrong Star Wars property. Why wouldn't Admiral Yularen also send a few cruisers out to the Malevolence? Wouldn't it be better to have a few cruisers there as a distraction so that the bombers would have an easier time of making it to the bridge?
Well, take your shortcut, and I'll take the long way.
Hey, size doesn't matter, Obi-Wan, and I think the Duchess Satine would agree with me on that.
Shadow Squadron, Titan formation. Call in.
Shadow 2 standing by. Shadow 3 standing by.
Red Button standing by.
Red Fox standing by.
Big Red standing by.
Red October standing by. Fighter escort ready.
And now Plo Koon is even selling his body? Damn, whatever it takes to get through Jedi College, I guess.
Broadside, we make it through this one. Drinks are on me. I can already taste it.
Does Star Wars not have a drinking age? Aren't the clones only, like, 2 years old? Just because they look fully grown doesn't mean they actually are. Also, this line single-handedly sealed Matchstick's fate. He may as well have told Yularen that this was his last mission before retirement. Wait, but why does Master Plo's ship need a hyperspace ring when these other ships don't? This is never explained. These types of details are what people actually want to see, not the main plot or anything. We'd all much prefer Anakin looking into the camera and explaining the difference between these ships.
What's taking so long?
Is Grievous Gen Z?
A nebula can be very unpredictable. I advise caution.
How did Plo not already know they were going through a nebula? Did Anakin really not brief him on the plan? This military is pretty terrible.
Don't worry about us, Master Jedi. We can hold our own. Right, Shadow Squadron?
I didn't know the clones had cheerleaders.
Does anyone care what the Padawan thinks?
No, shut up. This might be kind of weird, but I actually really enjoy seeing how these medical stations work. The whole docking procedure looks pretty cool, and I honestly kind of love it.
We will have to move the patients in stable condition first. The more critically injured will have to wait.
That's racist. How can the Star Wars universe have such advanced technology and yet their TV quality is way worse than ours? It makes all the no sense.
Clear your mind, young one, and you will see the path.
Yeah, that's great and all, but what about the clones? They're not force sensitive, so they're kinda just fucked.
I've received intelligence from Lord Sidious. The Republic has launched a small strike force to attack the Malevolence.
Wait, but how did Sidious know about the strike force? It's not like he's in any kind of position to get information from the Republic. I am so confused.
So Sky Guy, how did you know about this shortcut?
I still hate that nickname just as much as the first time she said it.
Balmora run?
I think I'm picking up a contact.
Dramatic contact timing is dramatic. Okay, this shot right here definitely deserves a sin-off. How is the head still making noise after being detached from the body? Also, how did that astromech get cleanly decapitated when the Mantis smacked it? It didn't slice the droid's head off, it just smacked him downwards into the ship. Logic be damned, I guess.
We're coming out of it!
Wait, Ahsoka's gay? How come I didn't know that before? Oh, wait, she was referring to the nebula, not the closet. Never mind.
General Skywalker still has a chance to catch Grievous.
If he does, we have to be ready.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so what's the plan? Wait, are you cutting to the next scene? You're not even gonna come up with a plan? God damn it. Discount Death Star super laser. Dooku is supposed to be intelligent, correct? My question, therefore, is why did he command Grievous to attack a medical station? What's the strategic benefit of that? Why not send the Malevolence somewhere of high importance? The Confederacy is essentially just wasting their most powerful weapon.
Charge the ion cannon and prepare to fire!
But sir, our fighters will be caught in the blast.
Fire at my command!
Why couldn't they have fired the ion cannon and then launched the fighters after? Wouldn't that make so much more sense? Ah well, if we had spent more than 15 minutes with Matchstick, I might actually give a shit about this scene.
Let them come!
OnlyFans.
I have a bad feeling about this.
How can a robot even have a bad feeling? How can they feel anything at all?
Start the ion cannon acceleration!
And of course the ion cannon is going to take a few decades to charge up because the script says that the good guys have to win. Why isn't this little crevice protected? This is the Death Star all over again. The only difference is that this episode doesn't have a badass movie to explain the Malevolence's weakness.
Damage report!
We've lost both primary weapons. The hyperdrive has been disabled.
Impossible!
Well, that's convenient. They didn't even target the hyperdrive. They went for the cannons. The hyperdrive was, as Bob Ross would say, a happy accident.
Your master is a very curious Jedi.
He is one of a kind.
Yeah, just wait until he murders a bunch of kids.
Stark, we need a plan of attack.
I have a plan. Attack.
Before the battleship Malevolence could destroy an Outer Rim clone medical base, a Republic strike force, under the command of Jedi General Anakin Skywalker, crippled the warship.
Previously on Discount Death Star. Also, narration.
Commander, what is the damage level to the enemy ship?
She's lost a primary shield and stabilizers, but the ship is so massive it can take all the fire our cannons can give it.
Oh, I guess size does matter. The Malevolence really out here taking it like a good boy. Also, if the Malevolence is so heavily damaged, why don't they just aim for the bridge? If they take out the command tower, the ship won't be able to do anything or go anywhere, but the Republic cruisers seem to just be aiming for the body of the ship.
We must summon reinforcements.
That's why I'm here, Master Plo.
Anakin.
Dramatic Anakin timing is dramatic.
We've lost our primary weapon. The hyperdrive has been disabled. General, the forward engines are shutting down.
Wasn't all of this information established in the previous episode? Why are we doing a previously on segment during the episode?
Admiral, status report.
They're not attempting to jump to hyperspace. Their hyperdrive must be damaged.
And that's the third time we've been told this exact same piece of information in 2 episodes. Geez, Clone Wars, stop force-feeding me all of this unnecessary exposition. Also, why doesn't the Malevolence just jump to hyperspace? That would solve Grievous's problem instantly, so it doesn't make sense that they're not doing it.
Heading towards you is a very important galactic senator. With her as your hostage, they will call off their attack.
How does Dooku not realize that the Jedi will board the ship to rescue Padme? That seems like a very obvious course of action, but they don't really plan around it at all.
My lady, are you sure the information from Chancellor Palpatine is reliable?
Never tell me the odds. Wait, wrong Star Wars property. Also, wait just a second. Palpatine gave Padme information that leads to her getting captured by General Grievous, and yet the Jedi still don't suspect him of anything? What? Are you joking? I know the arrogance of the Jedi goes a pretty long way, but this isn't even an issue of arrogance. It's the Jedi just being stupid. This makes no sense whatsoever. Also, Padme doesn't have a single guard escorting her to her location. Remember, this is a senator in a time of war, and yet she's flying around with no protection whatsoever?
My goodness! This isn't right! That's a droid warship! We're in the middle of a battle!
Yeah, you think? We can all see it with our eyes, dude.
This is Senator Amidala.
Padme?
I love how Anakin just yells, Padme, without thinking about it for a second. You've got 2 Jedi Masters right next to you, dude. Slow down. Not to beat a dead horse, but how do Obi-Wan and Plo Koon not sense Anakin's emotions right now? They can clearly see him make a fist here as well, so this whole scene is kinda dumb.
I see now this whole thing was a trap, and I'm afraid I walked right into it.
And yet absolutely no suspicion will fall on Palpatine. Okay, sounds good. He is a super trustworthy guy after all.
I'm going down to the main hangar.
Why didn't Grievous already have a ton of droids waiting in the hangar for Padme? Wouldn't it make all the sense in the galaxy to have a squadron waiting for her when she arrived, instead of being like, let her land her ship and escape, then we'll go down and chase her?
Come on, I've overloaded the power system.
You can do that with a few taps of some buttons? That seems like a pretty obvious design flaw.
You get used to it.
Or if you're a child, you get murdered. How do none of the firefighter droids see Padme and C-3PO leaving the ship? Why are the bad guys always so incompetent? Grievous survives this. I feel like robots shouldn't have this level of stupidity and incompetence. Wouldn't their training be programmed into them?
So we'll sneak in behind them and dock at the emergency airlock.
Anakin, that's not a plan. That's what you did on your wedding night.
That's your plan? Just fly there, land, hope they don't spot us, and walk in the door?
Obi-Wan would be excellent at discount TVSins.
Pardon me, but might I suggest we keep moving? I think I hear battle droids approaching.
How does Padme not hear the droids? Is she deaf? I guess that would explain why she married Anakin after he told her about slaughtering the entire Tusken tribe.
General?
Quick logic question. How did the droid know Grievous would be passing by this comm panel? Did he just call every single panel until he got the right one?
Continue the search. Find the stowaway and bring them to me.
Wait, Padme uses they-them pronouns? How come I didn't know that before?
What was that? What?
This droid just said, what, even though he felt the ship rocking. These droids suck, man. Also, why don't these droids have weapons? They're just walking around unarmed while the entire ship is supposed to be looking for the stowaway senator?
Once they make it off that ship, we'll need reinforcements to finish off the enemy.
Yeah, Grievous only gets off during orgies.
General, we just detected an unauthorized communication coming from within the ship.
How did the Jedi not predict this? It should be pretty obvious that you shouldn't use an enemy communication device while on board an enemy ship when you don't want to get caught.
What did it say?
Well, we don't know.
Oh, that's why the droids are dumb, because the script says that the good guys need to win. Grievous wants Padme alive, doesn't he? Why are the droids firing normal rounds at her?
Look, Jedi! Fire! Oh, wait! I knew that was a bad idea.
Okay, that was actually kind of funny.
Nice catch! I'll fetch the droid!
I'm just gonna leave you two crazy kids alone now. Have fun, but not too much fun.
Stop talking.
Yo, shit's about to get a whole lot more 50 Shades than gray.
Anakin, I got separated from your droid.
3PO.
I'll take care of it.
Oh, that's why Anakin killed Obi-Wan. He was a really good cockblocker. Example number 3000 of how all of R2's life problems can be solved by sticking his penis in them. Physics.
Hello there.
I'm honestly really glad that Dave Filoni is willing to make fun of the prequels. All of this somehow works. How did these droids have such terrible aim? I feel like robots should actually be super accurate, not useless like this. Why didn't you do that a couple minutes ago? Your wife almost got shot because you were too lazy to destroy the droids earlier.
Ever since I've known you, you've been playing with droids.
I used to put them together. Now, I only take them apart.
I see Anakin hasn't gotten much better at flirting, which is really embarrassing seeing as his previous pickup line was about sand. This whole duel is super underwhelming. It lasts about 30 seconds and all that happens is Obi-Wan escaping.
How's the house cleaning going?
Trying to turn Padme into a housewife? That's racist.
I guess repairs are finished. Prepare to charge up the hyperdrive.
So they didn't find it at all suspicious that there aren't any droids on the bridge? Really? Come on, man.
I suggest we stay here and let Master Anakin find us.
3PO, what are you doing? Don't just stand there. Let's get back to the ship.
There's so much convenient dramatic timing in this episode, it's almost like Anakin read the script. How are they all missing? Sound doesn't travel in space, so this entire dogfight should be silent.
She seems to know her way around.
You don't need to tell Anakin that. Oh, he was referring to the guns. Never mind. This whole ending is actually pretty awesome, with the Malevolence flying into the moon and Grievous ghosting Dooku. Take one more sin back, damn it.
This is what you call a stupid person. Yeah.
Clone forces rally.
Narration. These creatures we see through this binocular thingy are the same species as the creatures we saw in the nebula in Shadow of Malevolence, but it's very confusing. How can these be the same ones? This is the Rishi moon, not that nebula. Continuity much? Why can't they do this guy's job with a droid? Or even just scanners? Or maybe cameras? It seems weird that they send a clone to do this job that could totally be automated.
This next one goes out to the Met Jumpers of the 224th.
The Med Jumpers of the 224th? Yeah, I know what that means. Those are the guys who, you know, did the things on that planet that time. You know the ones I'm talking about.
Who's next? Fives? Shouldn't you be watching your scope, Heavy? Personally, I like that it's so quiet out here. I can catch up on the reg manuals. Echo, what is wrong with you?
So Heavy addresses this clone as Fives, but then when he mentions catching up on the manuals, Heavy calls him Echo. Is Heavy unaware of which one he is, or is the show unaware?
Even though you're all new here, I shouldn't have to remind you that this quadrant is key to the Outer Rim. If the droids get past this station, they can surprise attack the facilities where we were born on our homeworld of Camino.
Says he doesn't need to remind them, then immediately reminds them. Thanks for the free exposition, Sarge. Also, I hope this one tiny scene made you love 09er, because this is the only characterization you're ever gonna get for him.
I'll sleep after we find General Grievous.
Don't even bother, Anakin. Revenge of the Sith already told us that you won't meet Grievous until that movie, so the screenwriters won't let you find him.
Clone intelligence spotted him in the Balmora system.
Balmora? Does he mean Baltimore? What a dick.
Good man, that Cody.
Yeah, until he tries to murder you without hesitation. Also, thanks for telling us that, Obi. I'm sure we could have been shown evidence of this, but hearing you say it is much better.
Right. Ooh, meteor shower.
Hey, knock it off, Heavy. This is the same attitude that got the dinosaurs killed.
What the?
I love how this clone doesn't even bother trying to back away or get a weapon. He just casually lifts his visor and waits to get killed. Okay, fine, I admit it. Commando droids are badass. Take a sin off, damn it.
Get these doors open. Roger, roger.
Show cuts away from the droids hacking the door mechanism because it knows whatever happens won't obey any rules of science or technology.
Droids!
Wait, hold up a second. These two highly trained military personnel run all the way down the stairs in clear view of the commando droids and then stop at the bottom right in front of the enemy squad, yell, "Droids!" and then proceed to just stand there waiting to get shot? I mean, I don't want to tell them how to do their jobs, but I really think you should try shooting them.
They've disabled the beacon.
You can do that from outside the base? That seems like a very obvious design flaw.
Sarge!
Oh no, not Sarge. I liked him because, well, because he had a name.
4 clones escaped, Captain. They don't matter.
How did the droids not think the clones matter? Sure, they're not a large force, but it seems like a bunch of robots should be able to calculate the potential risk of having clone survivors. Also, how do they know the exact number of clones who escaped? Did they take a census with the Republic military before launching this attack?
All the preparations for your invasion are in order.
Never mind what those preparations actually are, the screenwriters couldn't think of any specifics.
The destruction of Camino will stop their production of clones for good.
This line is one of those pieces of dialogue that only exists to hold the audience's hand. Seriously, this bit of information is pretty obvious and could easily be picked up through context, but having Grievous say it to someone who surely already knows it is really dumb.
Prepare for our arrival.
Roger, roger.
Something's not right here.
I mean, come on, Rex. The dude said Roger, roger. He's obviously a droid. You shouldn't just be a little suspicious. You should already know what's going on.
Well, good luck. I'm putting you in charge of this one.
But you outrank him. So, by definition, you're in charge. What the hell? Okay, I'm sorry. I know that death was supposed to be gruesome, but it was pretty pathetic, honestly. You did some really cool character work with Cut Up a few episodes ago, and that's how you have him go out?
That was an eel. Now that's why we have the regulation not to go outside. I'll signal him with this flare.
Convenient flare is convenient. Also, you couldn't have busted that out sooner? Are you trying to let your commanding officers die? Oh, thank you so much, Cody. I wouldn't have known it was an ambush if you hadn't called it out. You're so helpful. Also, why did the droids wait until Rex figured it out? Is it because the script said so? I think it's because the script said so. So, Cody and Rex are firing blue lasers, but this commando droid gets taken down by a bunch of red lasers. So, is one of the droids defective? Also, I'm so glad these super advanced droids have terrible stormtrooper aim, otherwise Rex and Cody would already be dead.
No sign of them. They must have been pulverized.
And how do you figure that? They were hiding here, and the explosion only destroyed the ship over here. You didn't hit anywhere near them.
Well, that sure complicates things, Commander. No worse than that time on Tibrin.
Why do half the planet names in this show sound like arthritis medications?
Hands above your heads. Take your sunbonnets off. Sir? Take them off, now!
Wait, bonnets? The military gives out free bonnets? That's adorable. Dramatic eel timing is dramatic. Finger painting someone's tits without consent.
There's hope for you yet, rookie.
That's good enough. Roll credits.
We have to retake this base, so we will retake this base.
Alright, this is kinda badass.
Take off your helmet. Let me see your faceplate.
Roger, roger. This is never gonna work.
Cody would be amazing at discount TVSins. Also, this works. Also, in all seriousness, this whole plan reeks of childishness. I mean, these are freaking robots. They should not fall for this crap. Plus, they can literally see that this droid's eyes aren't even lit up. This is easily the dumbest part of the episode. How can droids even have a surprised reaction? Shouldn't their computers be able to process the information and then tell them to fight back instead of just standing there waiting to get destroyed?
I'm always first, kid.
Things Anakin would have said to baby Luke if he hadn't turned to the dark side when asked if he could suck on Padme's tits. Alright, Rex is a badass.
That base cannot be allowed to alert the Jedi that we're coming.
Yeah, Jedi take a vow of celibacy, so they'd get offended by that. Why have the droids stopped advancing here? Do they know that the clones need time to come up with a plan?
That's right. When they stop receiving our beacon, they'll get the message something's wrong.
Wow, thanks for spoon-feeding me all this exposition. I mean, I already understood the plan, but this really helped.
We can use the LT.
Wait, they're gonna use a BLT to blow up the base? Which part of that is explosive? The bacon, the lettuce, or the tomato?
This moon freezes for over half the year. We use liquid tabana as fuel to heat the base. Liquid tabana. Highly explosive.
Well, that's convenient for them. What would they have done if the outpost was on a hot planet? Just surrender? In this shot, none of these front three helmets have visors on them, but Echo's helmet magically spawns one when he puts it on.
This one here is mine.
Big man, use big gun! How kind of them to wait for the clones to arm themselves. Battle droids are so considerate.
Captain Rex, come in. Commander Cody, are you there? General, there's still no response.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he picked up on that when he heard you failing to get a response.
If something were wrong, Cody would contact us.
You know, unless he couldn't. I mean, how the hell does Kenobi not realize that's possible?
This isn't good.
See, this is why you don't make your explosives Bluetooth.
I'll have to detonate it manually.
Hey, hold on there. Blast him!
And these robots give away the element of surprise by calling out to Heavy before firing. Why are the villains so incompetent? Anytime an unnamed clone gets hit, they die instantly, but since Heavy has a name, he also has extra health. That is one lightweight rotary gun.
Do we take prisoners?
I don't.
Okay, another sin removal for self-sacrifice, and also Heavy's badass final line.
If it weren't for you, the Republic wouldn't have learned of the Separatist invasion until it was too late.
Jesus Christ, dude. We get it. It's not that complicated. You can stop explaining the same plot point over and over again.
Interesting. You know what else is interesting? Grenades.
Raise the shield.
Keep your shield up, or I'll ring your head like a bell.
Sound the alarm!
Sound the alarm, I think my ego might be showing.
Commissioned to protect the strategic world of Bothawai.
Oh yes, the planet of Broccoli. We all know which one that is. Also, it's a strategic planet. Never mind why it's strategic, it just is. Don't ask questions, soldier, just follow my orders.
Among our most recent losses was the battle group at Faline.
Did your forces there fall into a trap? I'm sorry, I'll show myself out.
The Separatist fleet commanded by General Grievous is headed your way.
Seems like that coward always knows where and when to attack us.
You're heavily outnumbered, Anakin. I advise retreat.
Obi-Wan just ignores Anakin's statement as if it doesn't matter. Isn't Obi-Wan supposed to be smart? Shouldn't he be wondering why the enemy knows all of their plans and positions? Actually, nah, it's not that big of a deal.
If we run, the Separatists will take control of this sector. I can't let them do that.
And that is your problem.
What fantastic input from Obi-Wan. He's really helping the cause.
You should listen to your Padawan.
As you listen to yours, my old master?
Anakin would be excellent at discount TVSins. Not because of all the child murder, but just because of that line.
No, we're going to stay and fight, and I think I know how to beat Grievous at his own game.
Wait, Anakin didn't already tell them about the plan? I mean, I get that Rex is here, which means that they haven't set up the ambush yet, but still, this is exposition, and that's always a bad thing.
Our spies were right, General.
What spies? Yeah, R3 turns out to be a spy, but they never explain this. Sound doesn't travel in space. This ship should be silent.
Move our ships through the asteroid field to engage them.
Through the field, sir?
How can a droid even question an order? Wouldn't they be programmed for utter obedience?
That didn't sound good.
It shouldn't have sounded like anything, seeing as how there is no sound in space.
What if they attack us from behind?
They can't. The asteroids will protect us.
But they do end up attacking them from behind. I mean, I know that Grievous has no way of knowing that ahead of time, but still.
General, we have a clear shot at their cruisers.
Good.
So you have a clear shot, but you're not gonna take it? What kind of strategy is that? This score sounds like it was lifted directly from a Mario Wii game.
We're outgunned. We're not gonna last a Minoc minute out here.
Are minutes different from Minocs? Star Wars casually introduces time dilation and then he's out by not explaining it.
Watch your stabilizer, Gold 6!
How? The cockpit is on top of the stabilizer. Why would the ship go down when it's shot? This scene suggests that there's significant enough gravity in space to pull the ship down, but if the artificial gravity was actually damaged, wouldn't the ship be pulled towards the planet?
Gold Squadron, take evasive action!
Why didn't you give that command earlier? Is Anakin just messing around with the lives of his men? That's sadistic.
Good thing you gave us that extra power.
Extra power is convenient.
Let's finish them off.
Thing Grievous says during his orgies somehow makes its way into the episode. Where did Rex's comma go? Did it fall off? Wait, but how are they on the asteroids? The episode just shows us this without setting it up beforehand, and it's never explained.
General, we've been outflanked.
If you can pick them up on your scanners now, how could you not pick them up before?
Forward cannon, let him have it.
What Ahsoka told Lux Bonteri when she lost her virginity somehow makes its way into the episode. Again, where is the gravity coming from in this scene? This ship shouldn't be Jeremy Scott's ex-girlfriend. It really shouldn't be going down.
This is too easy.
Anakin would be excellent at... Wait, I already used that, Sin. Anakin would be terrible at not being a cocky asshole. Grievous is a little bitch, which is especially disappointing when you consider how badass he was in the OG Clone Wars. If this was anybody other than Grievous, Anakin would have blown up the ship by now. Physics has left the chat. Also, Anakin survives this. The fuck is up with this lighting? Did God himself jerk off all over the screen?
Where's R2?
I'm sorry, Master. He's gone.
And you also lost several living human beings, but who cares about them, am I right? They were made to die.
He's still programmed with our tactics in base locations? If the Separatists get a hold of him...
How lucky for the audience that Obi-Wan expresses his anger through expositional ranting.
I've heard that the new R3s are far faster in thinking skills and more powerful than the old R2 units.
Wait a second. What does she mean, new R3s? In Attack of the Clones, Obi-Wan had an R4 unit, and that movie took place before this episode, so R3 units aren't new.
And best of all, Master, he's gold. A gold droid for gold leader of Gold Squadron.
Can someone tell her to shut the f*** up?
You can't replace R2.
Anakin would be excellent at, how the hell does this keep happening?
R2's gone.
Thanks for the exposition, Annie. I definitely wouldn't have been able to figure that out for myself.
You'll learn a lot more through some hands-on experience.
What Lux Bonteri said to Ahsoka before... Fart joke in a Star Wars show.
Not on your life, Lizardo.
That's racist. Evil villain face is evil.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
That sounded like R2.
How can you tell the difference?
Ahsoka would be excellent at discount TVSins. Also, why would Gungan leave R2 on? Did he want to give him away to the Jedi when Grievous specifically told him otherwise? You'd think that the military would decommission R3 after this incident on account of him clearly being defective, but apparently the Republic officers read the script and realized that they needed R3 to stay with the main characters. Why didn't they grab their guns in the first place? These droids that are programmed to kill people really suck at killing people. So this droid has one arm here because Anakin cut the other one off, but then he hops up into the shelf and suddenly regrows that arm. I didn't know IG units were lizards, but it's pretty cool.
Gotcha, piston head.
That's racist.
If you didn't have a lightsaber, you'd be a dead man.
No shit, Sherlock.
We have to assume that R2 was destroyed in the explosion that claimed your ship.
Yes, Master.
But didn't Anakin say he heard R2 on the ship? Now he's just accepting that R2 blew up? What the hell, man?
Our intelligence has confirmed that Grievous's spies have been intercepting our transmissions.
If Grievous has been intercepting transmissions left and right, why wouldn't Obi-Wan use any kind of code for this message?
Are you sure you want to go it alone?
I'm sure. More than one fighter will just draw too much attention.
Draw too much attention? You guys are in space, right? How can one ship go unseen but multiple can't? Wouldn't a scanner pick up one ship just the same as multiple ships?
This is the perfect time for you and him to, you know, bond.
BDSM with a robot. This is the exact type of behavior that a restraining bolt should be prohibiting. I mean, what's the purpose of even having one if the droid still has the ability to remove it? Wait, but weren't all the assassin droids destroyed? Yeah, maybe Gungan has another one that he keeps in a different part of the ship, but weren't they all destroyed by Anakin and Ahsoka? One sin off for R2 being a clever little badass.
No, not the tracking beacon! Shut it down, R3, shut it down!
Okay, it's one thing for the Republic not to care about a defective droid, but wouldn't R3 not want to make it obvious that he's trying to get Anakin killed? The dude's supposed to be undercover.
Rex, get a hold of as many men as you can.
Clone orgies.
Let's hope Grievous didn't hear that.
Dramatic timing is dramatic.
What are you doing? I said prep them, not drop them!
Okay, at this point the show is just insulting our intelligence. It's painfully obvious that R3 is working for Grievous. Twilight Ex Machina.
We're going right between those tin cans.
Wait, so sex robots exist in the Star Wars universe? Oh, she was referring to the cruisers. In my defense, you can't say tin cans and expect me to know you were talking about spaceships. You would think that professional military pilots would be able to avoid crashing two massive ships into each other, but nope, the villains are completely incompetent, as always.
Great! Now you hurt his feelings.
His feelings? What about R2?
The proper response was, droids don't have feelings, you actual dumbass. Also, when Ahsoka told Rex to gather as many men as he could find, apparently there was only one guy available.
Meanwhile, R2-D2 has fallen into the hands of a vile droid smuggler and is on his way to General Grievous, who will surely plunder the Republic's secrets hidden within him.
That sounds kinky. Also, narration.
And General.
What is it, correct?
I prefer to get my reward in cash.
Gungan must be a complete dumbass if he really thinks he can get away with pissing off General Grievous. Also, who is this guy? The show just expects me to know who this character is, but they never explain it. I shouldn't have to do homework to keep up with the show. Where did R2's restraining bolt go? How is he being allowed to just freely use his buzzsaw? Convenient wiring is conveniently right next to R2 conveniently.
No, you're losing it!
Apparently pushing one button can undo whatever R3 just did. Who knew?
That's R2!
That doesn't sound like R2.
It's him. I can never forget that voice.
Wait, how did R2 send them a message? Didn't he get captured in the last episode? The show never explains this.
You sneaky little scrap pile.
That's racist.
Master, our orders were to find the Separatist listening post.
They really should be considering the possibility that R2 is at the listening post. Why aren't they thinking about that?
Perhaps R2 is at the listening post.
How would Anakin know that, though? He doesn't know where R2 or the listening post are, so it makes no sense for him to connect the two.
Hold on, R2, old buddy. We're coming.
Anakin's motto when he and R2 tag team Padme somehow makes it into the episode.
What is it, Connacht?
I've arrived. Could you lower your shields?
Why does he have to contact Grievous to request the shields be lowered? Shouldn't the control center of the station contact any incoming ships automatically? What planet are we on right now? I mean, I get that it doesn't actually matter to the story, but still, the episode never tells us.
Keep moving, greasebot.
That's racist. Dude, if you don't want him to see it, just treat it the way Jeremy Scott treats his wife and turn it off.
This is the droid those Jedi came looking for, General.
Oh, thanks for letting us know. I would have been lost without you.
What secrets do you carry, my little friend?
Secrets? What does he mean, secrets? Yeah, in the last episode they said something about never wiping R2's memory, but the show never explains this.
No need for fear. We're all droids here.
Hey, yo, Grievous dropping some hard bars.
No need for fear. We're all droids here. No need for fear. We're all droids here.
Wait, so by tapping on the icon of a moon on your screen, you can bring up the blueprints of the battle station inside the moon's atmosphere? What?
Stubby, scramble secret code set 1477.
Why is Anakin trusting R3 with literally any task at all at this point? And how hasn't R3 been decommissioned yet?
I could rescue R2.
No, this is not a rescue mission.
Obi-Wan doesn't even give a legitimate reason as to why Anakin shouldn't rescue R2. What a Also, of all the times R3 intentionally screwed up an order, now would be the perfect time. He could have secretly put the transmission on a frequency that the listening post would pick up so they could prepare for the infiltration, but the one time R3 is out is now. How convenient. This background looks like somebody spilled water on a painting that hadn't fully dried yet. Wow, it sure is lucky that this distant moon has a high enough concentration of oxygen this far up in its atmosphere for the heroes to breathe. I mean, wouldn't it actually be in the best interest of the Confederate forces to put the station on a world with no oxygen so that only their droids could access it? Why does anyone even have to carry R3? Doesn't he have the rockets that Attack of the Clones fumbled onto R2? Look, I'm not saying I like the fact that they gave R2 those stupid rockets, but I am saying that consistency should still exist. Characters inside a building don't see what's happening outside the building because they're distracted, cliché. Also, even if nobody saw them, wouldn't the scanners still pick them up? Either them or their ship?
Go up to level 8. Get your head adjusted. It feels great.
The first time I ever tried level 8, I woke up in a different state the next morning. Don't do drugs, kids. Why would you bring a rifle on a close quarters mission? Seriously, look at this thing. It's bigger than my One of the little ones would be better. Wait, that kind of sounds weird. Fine, one of the small boys would be better. Shit.
It appears this droid's mission memory has never been erased.
Hold on, they didn't already know that? Then why were they targeting R2 in the first place? Villain kills one of their own men to show how badass they are, cliché. Why aren't there any sentries walking around the hallways? The squad is just casually going for a jog around the enemy base without a care in the world.
Report, Agent R3.
Oh my god, the droid that kept screwing over the good guys is actually one of the bad guys? No way, I'm floored by this.
Goldie, where are you?
It took you this long to realize R3 wasn't with the group, and it doesn't even raise any suspicions whatsoever? Jesus. Is nobody gonna get the body? Nobody wants to clean that up? Really? It's starting to smell in here, guys.
The alarm triggered another security door.
The droids somehow don't hear this. And the bad guys have terrible aim, because of course they do.
You must be General Grievous.
You're shorter than I expected. Wait.
That was easy.
Also, wouldn't that have been a great time to bust out one of those handy-dandy droid poppers?
Sorry to interrupt your playtime, Grumpy.
Cinderella walking in on Grumpy jerking off somehow makes it into the episode. Grievous doesn't hear this. Why doesn't he just slice through the shelf with his lightsaber like he did a second ago? He literally just lets her get away. In Revenge of the Sith, we saw that these droids could still fight even without heads, so there's no reason why this one should be out of commission right now.
What have you to report?
This scene only exists to show Ahsoka that R3 is a double agent.
I've got a bad feeling about this, sir.
I can't imagine why. The bad guys aren't capable of hitting anyone who has a name. Grievous jump scare.
Another lightsaber to add to my collection.
Just kill her already, you idiot. Well, maybe if you hadn't flexed on your victory, she wouldn't have escaped. This one's on you, pal. Grievous very obviously has both of his hands in this scene, but Ahsoka cut one of them off during her escape. Wait a minute, I'm sensing some bullshit here. Both of these clones have clean white armor, but there was only one clone with clean white armor left. One of these guys should be Denel, and he should have blue markings on his armor. This might simultaneously be the most pathetic and most epic fight of all time. I don't understand how that works, but it just does.
So, what did I miss?
Oh, the usual.
Destroying 4 Magna Guards and then getting pissed off at Rex for leaving Ahsoka behind is the usual? Damn, okay. Why didn't you just do this from the beginning? Yeah, you didn't see the fuel cells until just now, but blowing them up was super effective, so they could have just ended the battle before it even began.
R2, where are you?
A bunch of human beings died on this mission, but the only character anyone is worried about is R2. We're monsters. Okay, one sin off for R2 being a little badass.
So let me get this straight, Anakin. You risked the mission, all your men, even your Padawan, to save a droid.
The previously on segment from the next episode somehow made it into this episode.
Besides, R2 is more than a droid.
He's a fan favorite?
He's a friend.
Oh, yeah, that too.
From the start, I hated you. But what's more, I pitied you.
Alright, before I get into this thing, I'm making an executive decision to create 2 separate sin counts. One is the count for legitimate sins, and the other is the count for unserious sins mocking TVSins. And we'll start off this video with a sin in the latter category because, you know, TVSins.
More worlds succumb to the seductive lure of the Separatists and leave the Republic.
I mean, can you blame them? Just look at this sexy beast. The cartoon is enough to seduce me. Also, narration exposition. Nerposition? Expiration?
Senator Padme Amidala journeys to the Outer Rim world of Rhodia, desperate to ensure its loyalty remains.
Wait, why is Padme checking on Rhodia's loyalty? Isn't she married to Anakin? The show can't even keep its relationships consistent.
Senator Amidala, I just received word that you have ventured through enemy territory into the Outer Rim.
Something Anakin said on his wedding night somehow makes it into the script.
His planet is in crisis. His people are starving. He's a very old family friend. I could not refuse his plea for help.
Why you have to be mad? But in these dangerous times, you should be accompanied by a clone escort.
Damn, nobody told me the clones were sex workers on the side. I'll f***ing advanced recon commando if you don't mind.
Jar Jar, look out!
Jar Jar f***ing Binks.
I recommend that only those who are qualified for these delicate peace talks participate in them.
I will follow your advice, Chancellor. Thank you.
This begs the question of why she bothered to bring Jar Jar in the first place. She clearly doesn't trust him to engage in the peace talks, so why is he here? You could have left him on Coruscant, hanging from a bridge by his neck while the crows peck out his eyes.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
What is this dome made of? And how does it work? Seriously, this is what's important to the episode, but it's never explained.
Misa had to get going.
Going to the deepest of the 7 hells?
There's only one hell, Princess.
Oh, well, never mind.
Jar Jar, you would be doing me a great favor by staying with the ship.
Hate to harp on this point, but if she needed someone to watch over the ship, she could have just let 3PO do that alone. She doesn't need Jar Jar. The only reason he's here is to entertain kids who don't have the attention span to sit still for longer than 10 seconds. Is she romancing Jar Jar?
His Excellency à toi.
I can't quite put my finger on it, but I feel like this accent is racist somehow.
Hachu apenki o diogrin, tor Seneco far.
Padme is giving really strong white savior vibes here, like she's the middle-aged white woman trying to learn a different culture, but she calls them quesadillas and pico de gallo.
I was afraid you might not come.
Something Anakin said on his wedding night somehow makes it into the episode.
Uncle Anno, you are very important to me. We've been friends since I was a little girl, when you were my father's strongest ally in the Senate.
Obvious exposition dump is obvious. Could you really not have worked this into the dialogue more naturally?
Where was the Republic when our supply ships were destroyed by pirates? Where was the Republic as my people starved?
Where was Gondor when the Westfall fell? Where was Gondor when our enemies closed in around us?
Is this alien Mohawk racist? I feel like this alien Mohawk is racist.
I'm sure the Republic Senate will approve a relief effort. The vote was postponed, but you will get your food.
Politics. Let's talk about Nute Gunray's plan. He used the racist Rodian guy to lure Padme into a trap, and he just assumed that she wouldn't bring any guards? And he was right? Are you kidding me? And then, instead of transporting her off-planet immediately into a more secure Separatist prison, they keep her on the planet while they wait for Gunray to arrive? Come on, man, what a dumbass plan.
I'm afraid the local swamp life doesn't have a very high opinion of us.
I mean, one of you is Jar Jar Binks. Can you blame them? This whole scene deserves at least 50 sins.
Oh, my stars. Battle droids.
How can a robot even feel the emotion of surprise? It's a goddamn robot. Good thing all the bad guys have terrible aim, otherwise I might actually be scared. Oh wait, it's Jar Jar. I'd be happy if they had good aim. Also, this entire scene is bullshit. Jar Jar accidentally wiping out the droids because he's so clumsy? Yeah, no, bullshit. I'll take a sin back for the design of this planet. The jungle, the glowing dome, the huge towers with a narrow bridge, it's all pretty unique, and that's something I really appreciate.
You can stop this madness.
What everyone in the audience is thinking anytime Jar Jar is on screen.
He was so brave. Now he's gone. Forever.
Who are you talking to? There's nobody around and you're a robot. Why are you talking to yourself? Are you aware that you're in a TV show?
Misa, okay.
God damn it.
Ouch.
Did a robot just express pain? How can a robot feel pain? That doesn't make any sense. If your ship is so weak that it gets crushed by this thing, you need to get a refund. Also, here's a sin for the insurance company that's inevitably going to refuse to pay out.
Are those chains necessary?
Something Padme said on her wedding night somehow makes it into the script.
Perhaps we should try to contact the clone troopers. Oh, looky. Here's a button that's still working.
How can you tell that this button is still working? It wasn't glowing before you pressed it, so you had no indication whatsoever.
Misa eyeball stuck in the sleeve. Just look at you. Something's wrong over here.
This scene. Wakanda forever. Wait, why are there Christmas lights on the columns? Do Rodians celebrate Earth holidays? This is never explained. So, after Jar Jar falls through the floor, you keep shooting straight ahead? Good idea, boys. What is happening? This is the same grate that he fell through, seeing as the cloak is here, and nobody is watching this grate? They didn't bother to post a single guard here? And the droids who are patrolling the ground floor somehow didn't see him? Forget luck, the droids must have read the script.
You know you will soon be destroyed. I can't tell you how many times I've seen battle droids sliced in half by a lone Jedi.
Is she trying to intimidate robots? I thought she was intelligent.
You made it! I'm rescued at last. Hurry before the battle droids figure out what's happening.
Quiet in there.
Thank you. Let's get out of here, Master Jedi.
Jedi.
Oh, the Jedi part is what caught your attention, not the part where she said she was being rescued. Also, if your soldiers are so dumb that they fall for this, why are you still using them? Padme fires a total of 3 shots in this scene, but only 2 lasers hit the droids.
3PO!
Mistress Padme, thank the Maker you're safe.
Is somebody gonna tell Anakin that his wife is 3PO's mistress, or do I have to do it?
That's not good.
What the producers said when they first read the script for this episode. More terrible bad guy aim. Why can't they have good aim, at least when it comes to Jar Jar?
The Jedi has been spotted in the South Pole.
Let's move. Roger, roger.
If these droids have orders to guard this room, shouldn't those orders supersede the imperative to find the Jedi? Did he just shoot through the floor? In this shot, we can see that there aren't any openings in the floor that would be wide enough for the missile to go through, so shouldn't the missile have exploded on the floor? An underwater slug monster that can survive a missile explosion? Sure, why not? An underwater slug monster that can survive a missile explosion without so much as a scratch? No, absolutely not. If this monster can withstand explosions without a single injury, the Republic should already be breeding them for armor.
Oh, poor Jar Jar. He was always such a misfit.
I think you mispronounced annoyance. They can't even hit a target that's standing still directly in front of them? How is that even possible? So the slug monster started out chasing Jar Jar as if it wanted to eat him, but then it saved him and now it's helping him out. Is this evidence that Jar Jar is actually a Sith Lord? Cause that's the only way I can think of for how he was able to tame a slug monster so fast.
Those are Republic warships. The clones have arrived.
Thanks for the narration, 3PO. I never would have understood without you.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Senator Padme Amidala has scored a victory against the Separatist Alliance on the remote world of Rhodia, securing the arrest of diabolical Confederate leader Newt Gunray.
Careful there, narrator. You don't want Southerners to start talking about the War of Northern Aggression, do you? Why is Ahsoka going with Luminara? That seems like a totally random pairing. Shouldn't Ahsoka stay with her master?
Captain, have you made contact with a cruiser?
Yes, General. We'll patch you through now.
If they're patching through now, doesn't that mean they haven't made contact yet? Aren't they only making contact now? I really like when episodes involve Jedi outside of the main few. Anakin and Obi-Wan are the most important for sure, but it's also fun to spend some time with other Jedi we don't know as well, and I like Luminara.
I am a man of great wealth, and I can be very generous to my allies.
That is a very tempting offer, Viceroy.
Wait, so Commander Gree is accepting Gunray's bribe? The show immediately forgets about this in the very next scene. At least try to stay consistent.
In the meantime, I have a gift for you.
Ayo, Gree's about to get kinky.
Finally, it's been such a boring trip.
Kids.
This is an outrageous miscarriage of justice!
Things Donald Trump says whenever he faces the consequences of his actions. Oh, who am I kidding? He's never had to face the consequences of his actions. Piece of shit.
Greetings, General. We have the brig all ready for this traitor.
Wait, but isn't Argaius the traitor? Why is he calling Gunray the traitor? The show can't even keep its characters consistent. Also, are his devil horns a little bit on the nose? I think his devil horns are a little bit on the nose.
The Viceroy will not last long under Jedi interrogation.
Which begs the question, why have you allowed Gunray to learn valuable information? Palpatine should be smart enough to avoid this kind of situation.
Ventress, you are putting a great deal of faith in an operative who has failed us in the past.
She is a gifted assassin. You have my word. She will complete her mission to the letter.
So, Palpatine is willing to accept Dooku's word, even after voicing his concerns, which are based on a precedent of failure? I don't know about that. This particular mission seems too important for Palpatine to take Dooku at his word. Nobody wanted to see her ass. Why did the animators animate her ass?
The Mordians are a slippery lot.
That's racist.
Your thoughts betray you, Viceroy. I can sense your concern.
Psychic readings.
You hide a great many things. The names of your secret allies. The locations of their bases.
I am an innocent pawn in all of this.
If you're merely a pawn, then who are you protecting?
So, Luminara starts out by telling Gunray that she can sense the names of his allies and their hideouts, but then she asks why he's hiding that information. Pick a lane, Luminara. Either you can sense the names, or he's hiding them too well. You're playing a very risky game by contradicting yourself, and you're super lucky that Gunray didn't pick up on it. The point is that the person running the interrogation should be better at their job.
Tell us what we want to know right now, or I will gut you like a Rokarian dirtfish.
Oh no, not a Romanian dirtfish. Those are so fishy and Romanian.
I wasn't serious, but the only way he'll talk is if he's scared enough.
Perhaps I was too hasty. Let us negotiate.
That worked? I mean, Ahsoka is a child and a Jedi Padawan to boot. Shouldn't Gunray be smart enough to see through this? Especially given the fact that Ahsoka and Luminara just had a loud conversation about how she wasn't serious that he undoubtedly heard. This whole scene with the droids boarding the cruiser and blasting their way through the clone defenses is awesome. Take your sin back, damn it.
They're headed for the detention level. We need reinforcements.
What was that sound effect? Oh.
There's a ball.
God damn, a guy just got decapitated on a kid's show. That's straight up ballsy. The clones sort of come off as useless here. Why aren't they retreating through the door and then closing the door to block off the super battle droids? Why aren't they using droid poppers? Why do they all have terrible aim? I guess since Disney owns the right to Star Wars and Pixar, they're technically not ripping off Wall-E, but they're still ripping off Wall-E.
Engine room seems clear. We'll lock it down.
You barely looked, and the droid barely looked too. They're so incompetent that I mistook them for our current administration. Okay, when you start hearing strange noises that don't belong in the engine room while a battle is playing out on the same ship, maybe it's time to report that shit to command. So one strong kick is enough to take down a highly trained Senate commando? Really?
Skywalker's not here to save you now.
Good thing I don't need saving.
That line delivery. The voice acting in this show is mostly solid, but that was painful to listen to. How are the Senate guards still knocked out? They each got kicked once. They didn't get KO'd by Mike Tyson.
Hello, I'm feeling beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hello, I'm feeling beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Did she think that would work? The droid survives this. Oh, so now you feel like doing your jobs?
What are we waiting for?
Ahsoka!
Thanks.
I've said it once, but it deserves saying again. Kids.
Watch him closely.
You can trust us, Commander.
No, she can't. You're a traitor, remember? Why does the show keep pretending that he's not a traitor? I'm sorry, but something about Ventress flying into a pole with her lightsabers like this just gets me. Wait, but isn't this guy a Senate commando? Why is he shooting his own men? Did the show forget which side he's on?
We'll take her together.
Threesomes. Okay, Ventress is a great source of unintentional comedy in these early seasons.
Stand down, Captain.
Come and get me.
Yes, a fight between Captain Argaius and Commander Gree? This is gonna be badass!
No, I disagree on what makes a good son.
Oh, never mind. Also, Commander Gree, one of the highest-ranking officers in the Grand Army of the Republic, gets taken out by Nute Gunray like a little bitch? Seriously? Where is Ventress getting all these grenades? Did she store them in her ass? Is that why the animator showed us her ass at the beginning? Was that foreshadowing? Ahsoka survives this. Also, physics.
I'll tell him myself.
Yup, that deserves a sin-off. Prince Charming had it coming.
I'm sorry that despicable wealth-worm Gunray got away.
That's racist.
It's okay, Snips. I know you did your best.
Yeah, A for effort. It's not like we're fighting a war or anything. As long as you do your best, all is forgiven.
Master Skywalker should be proud.
Really? She disobeyed your orders once, used fear as an interrogation tactic, almost got obliterated by an elevator, and got locked in a prison cell by Nute Gunray. Are you sure Anakin has done a good job?
In the photo shoots you do with Vogue magazine and Cosmopolitan and Entertainment Weekly, Time magazine, your hair changes dramatically from short to long. Do you wear wigs?
No, I do not.
Have you worn wigs?
No, I have not.
Will you wear wigs?
Maybe.
When will you wear wigs?
En route to Coruscant to stand trial for war crimes, evil Separatist leader Newt Gunray has broken free of his Jedi escort.
Yeah, Jedi escorts usually try to make you pay up front, and then they half-ass the blowjob. Oh, you're talking about the Jedi transporting him to prison. Never mind. We learn later on in this episode that Dooku set up this whole scenario to test Grievous, but are we really supposed to believe that? Gunray and Ventress had to steal a Republic ship so that the Jedi could track it. They had to make it all the way to this planet, then finally they had to board a different ship and leave the planet before the Jedi arrive. Really? I refuse to believe that happened.
Master Luminara, I have tracked the location of our stolen ship to the Vasek system.
So has your old Padawan Nadar Veb.
What a coincidence! Fisto's Padawan just so happened to end up at the same place as Fisto. What are the odds of that?
I'll transmit the coordinates for the rendezvous point. And Master Fisto, sorry we lost that slimy double dealer.
That's racist.
Well, I can't see anything either.
Then how did you land the ship?
Congratulations on passing the trials.
What Marjorie Taylor Greene said to Trump after he became president somehow makes it into the script. When there's a group of random clones who didn't appear in the prequel trilogy, it's basically a guarantee that they're all a bunch of red shirts.
We specialize in making entrances.
This will make less noise.
Patience, the both of you. A second look usually pays off. What's this?
Yup, I'm gonna remove a sin for Kit Fisto. I always like when the show focuses on a Jedi who isn't part of the main group, and Fisto never disappoints. But with that being said, how did he know that button would work? I mean, it's not like he has magical powers or anything.
I sense there's something here.
Well, that's oddly specific. The whole Gunray isn't actually here plot twist is one of the most obvious plot twists of all time.
Viceroy?
You must protect me at all costs.
Viceroy, the Jedi are here.
Why are they waiting to attack? Shouldn't they have orders to attack on sight? What's the point of having troops who wait until you're right on top of them to open fire?
Have you ever killed a Jedi? No, never. Me neither.
The droids are pretty funny, but the fact that robots are making small talk is really weird. It's not like they have an outstanding need to entertain themselves, they're robots.
I didn't forget to teach you restraint, did I, my old Padawan?
I'm sorry, Master. I got carried away.
Those who have power should restrain themselves from using it.
This is a fantastic sentiment from Fisto, and also something that could and should be applied to modern politics, but it also raises the question of how Nadar passed his trials to begin with. He seems incapable of exercising restraint, which you would think would disqualify him from becoming a Jedi Knight. Yeah, the war has eroded the Jedi Order's fundamental values, but still. Cringeworthy villain laugh is worthy of cringe.
The tracking beacon. They knew we were coming.
I should have known Gunray wasn't here. At the first sight of us, he would have run off screaming like the coward he is.
Yeah, that's another thing. You've already been characterized as intelligent and somewhat cautious, so how did you not see something like this coming? There was barely any security, and there was also no effort whatsoever to dismantle the tracking beacon on the Republic ship. Fisto should have been suspicious and more cautious, at the very least, given his characterization early on.
This place looks like a shrine to that strange warrior. This is the lair of General Grievous.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. In other news, winter in Alaska gets pretty cold. A commenter on one of my previous videos suggested that the sound effects of ships are actually happening inside the vehicle, which does not violate the fact that there's no sound in space. While I enjoy the effort to square the circle, the sound effects are almost always played while we view the ship from an external perspective, and then when we get a view inside the ship, the sound goes away. Because of this, I'm giving a sin for the sound effects happening in space.
General, the ongoing stalemate in the war has become unacceptable.
This is leaning more heavily into telling than showing. We haven't really seen this stalemate firsthand, and we're only hearing about it from Dooku. Show us that shit, I want to see it.
There is concern you have lost your focus. Lord Sidious demands more dramatic results. More dead Jedi.
Corporate managers. Maybe Grievous should form a union.
Why would Dooku want to set a trap for his best general? Doesn't make sense.
The mystery of this whole situation is fun and all, but why aren't you calling for backup? Seriously, you just discovered that this is the Lair of Grievous, so you should be immediately leaving the building to call for backup, and then storming the compound with a much larger force.
Are we the bait? Or is Grievous the bait?
You know when people say that there's no such thing as dumb questions? Yeah, those people are full of shit.
Capturing Grievous could turn the tide of the war.
And if he doesn't know we're here, we can take him down easy.
So they're going to formulate a really smart, foolproof plan that relies on the element of surprise, right?
Welcome home, General. I'm afraid I must request your surrender.
Oh, never mind. You're just going to immediately get rid of your biggest advantage.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Also, how stupid can you possibly be? Hoping that Grievous, of all people, will surrender to 2 Jedi and a handful of clones? I can't overstate how idiotic this plan truly is.
Cut him off!
What the hell is Grievous holding onto as he climbs across the ceiling? The only things that are protruding from the ceiling are pipes, and they don't offer a good grip. The episode is pretending that the ceiling has monkey bars, but that just isn't the case. Okay, what on Vasek happened there? Grievous drops from the ceiling on the clones, kills them, then jumps back onto the ceiling and climbs away, all before Fisto and Nadar reach them? Does Grievous have super speed?
Don't be upset with me, Master. If you were a better fighter, we would not be having this conversation.
Yo, sassy droid is sassy. Who decided that this guy would be a good fit for Grievous?
It's time we retreated.
Or you could use your lightsabers to cut through the doors. Just a friendly suggestion. God damn, that was badass. Wait, did they just wander into this room? The place with the trapdoor thing was a hallway, and now they're in a room, so did they wander in here without knowing where they were going? If so, that's pretty stupid. The best thing to do would be to stay put in the area where Fisto just destroyed the security camera, meaning that Grievous can't monitor them there. What kind of monster is this? The show refuses to give us any background information on Gore's eating habits, place of origin, mating rituals, or evolutionary history. That's the stuff that really matters to the episode.
Master, the armor patches are getting cold, and contrary to your belief, I do have other things to do.
Don't you serve Grievous? I mean, you refer to him as Master, so anything that you have to do should be under his orders, which means that he's fully aware of those things. Yeah, I'm gonna have to skip. Man, this monster really sucks at monstering.
Shoot him, Commander!
Oh, really? I was thinking of giving him some treats. Oh, no, not that guy. He was awesome because he had a name. Wait, what was his name? Commander Phil? Really? Phil? So you've got Kit Fisto, Nadar Veb, Newt Gunray, and Phil?
In your condition, you need your rest.
What do you mean, in his condition? Didn't you just replace the damaged parts? Isn't his condition as good as new?
You were right, Master. That exit must lead to the control room.
Why does everyone in this show love pointing out the obvious? It's really weird how the guards and Grievous all fail to hear the buttons being pushed or the door opening. Are they all hard of hearing?
Wait, where's the other Jedi? Oh no.
This is funny and everything, but this droid specifically closed the door to the control room as a means of separating the Jedi, but somehow he forgot about that immediately after doing it? Okay, so now you're going to reopen the control room door and go save Nadar, right? Right? I mean, it would be your smartest move to save your only ally, right? Right?
I'll be gone by the time you get here.
Not very smart to fill him in on your plan, dude. Jesus, does nobody think in this show?
That power will only consume you.
God damn. This whole battle is great. Take your sin back before someone does something dumb. R6 Ex Machina. So this scene really should be Kit Fisto getting court-martialed for not taking the proper actions in capturing Grievous, right? Oh, they're just gonna talk politely? Okay.
Don't fuck with me! I have the power of God and anime on my side! Wait,
Manhunt.
Oh yeah? What about Woman Hunt? Why are we being sexist? Is there really no security on the ship? No guards, no security cameras, no password for the door? Seems like a very obvious flaw.
Don't bother to get up. You're not the prisoner I'm looking for.
Obi-Wan is a dick. And not a nice one either. He's a mangled, beet-red horse c***. Premature lightsaber ejaculation. It's a problem that affects roughly 60% of Jedi.
It was important for you to arrive without it, so your capture would be convincing.
Oh, they were convinced all right.
This line indicates that Anakin got captured on purpose, but the news anchor dude at the beginning made it seem like Anakin mysteriously vanished on accident. Which one is it?
That's just it. How can I become a Jedi Master if I'm always getting caught?
At least you're a master at getting caught.
Dad jokes. Is Obi-Wan gonna start doing stand-up? Why did the Jedi only send 2 people to capture Dooku? From their perspective, he's the most important figure in the war, so he definitely should have warranted at least a few more Jedi. I mean, it's not like they would have had any trouble getting on board the ship, and Obi-Wan at least shouldn't be naive enough to think 2 Jedi and a cruiser is going to work.
Jedi fools.
I should have seen that coming.
Obi-Wan would be excellent at discount TVSins. The episode deprives us of a scene where Anakin doesn't see this split coming and he crashes into the center beam directly on his balls.
Your ship is ready, sir.
How can a robot get startled? Especially since they already know about this secret tunnel leading to the hangar, and the ship is getting attacked, so they kinda should have seen this coming.
Dooku managed to escape. We're in pursuit, but we could use reinforcements. Follow us in what ships you can round up.
We'll get there as soon as we can.
Why don't they already have ships patrolling around the cruiser from a distance? Are the Jedi trying to lose the war?
For all your expertise, this is not a very smooth landing.
If you'd hit that second fighter, we wouldn't be in this mess.
Okay, boys, settle down. You both have big dicks. No need to fight about it.
You sense it too. Many life forms in there.
Wait, how are they sensing life forms? They don't have life form scanners, and it's not like they have magical powers or anything. Anakin survives this.
Who are you? More importantly, my friend, who are you?
With the way Hondo is dodging questions, I'm starting to think he's a Republican. So, Anakin at least has a few broken bones, several contusions, and a severe concussion, right? Oh, he's completely fine, good as new, no injuries whatsoever? Great.
Your solar sailor is very beautiful.
The last time someone said that to Dooku, he took them to court and got them registered as a sex offender.
State of Florida has asked us to disclose our sexual crimes to you. We were bad, but now we're good. Moving into your neighborhood.
If you need transport, the nearest planet is Florum. It's 6 parsecs away. Perhaps I shall take you up on your offer.
Are we supposed to believe that the super privileged Dooku, who harbors a strong disdain for non-humans, is willing to hitch a ride with these pirates without putting up a fight?
I'd be happy to compensate you for your services.
Wait, what services? The show never explains this. I mean, Obi-Wan being a dick is one thing, but Obi-Wan sitting idly by while Anakin gets chased by a murderous beast? That's another thing entirely. Is he chill with Anakin potentially getting eaten?
I thought Gundocks were only found on Vankor!
Then this system must be Vankor.
So, that would make this one
the mother of all Gundocks. Precisely.
How does that logic track? Why can't this Gundark just be a Gundark? What led you to this conclusion? Did the Gundark preach the gospel of Vankor to let them know that she's a Gundark goddess, the mother of all Gundarks? And why couldn't you have done this sooner? Were the rocks not ready to be thrown yet?
That's a pity. I was just starting to sense a connection.
Should I leave you two alone? Or would you prefer to find a way out of this hole before she wakes up?
How do they know she's a female? Did they check for a vagina? Is Anakin a gynecologist on the side? Who lives here? What do they do for a living? The show never explains this.
Lose?
use your flashy sword? Are these what you were looking for, Jedi?
Okay, I have to remove a sin for Hondo Ohnaka. This guy is an absolute legend. A non-force user who steals Dooku's lightsabers without him realizing it, then leads Dooku directly into a trap? What a boss.
If the Separatists will pay to get you back, chances are the Republic will offer even more.
Why would he tell Dooku about his plans? Wouldn't it be better to keep them a secret so that Dooku doesn't have any extra motivations to escape?
I can't breathe.
But why can't he breathe? The show expects us to know what's happening, but it never explains this. Wait, where did all this toxic gas come from? Gundark farts? Why isn't the show telling us where this gas is from?
Master!
Ahsoka ex machina.
There's still Dooku to deal with.
You let him get away?
No, not get away, exactly. Just chime in anytime.
Ah yes, it's so much fun to joke about how we failed to capture the leader of the enemy army. Such a silly whoopsie. How do these holograms work? Is there a booth that the people step into? Are there cameras? Why isn't the show explaining holograms in meticulous detail?
A hologram can be faked.
You want proof? This is his lightsaber.
Which could also be faked. How does this solve anything?
This scum having possession of Dooku's lightsaber proves nothing.
Scum? That's racist.
We've re-established contact with Kenobi and Skywalker. They're in a system close to Flora.
Well, that's convenient. Obi-Wan and Anakin just so happened to be near Florum? Yeah, they were tracking Dooku, but it's still convenient. How stupid are you? Did you really think they'd let you reclaim your weapon without any resistance? Sure, it fits Anakin's characterization, but still.
Oh, my naive young Jedi, you must be overly optimistic if you think these Weequayans plan to let you leave this planet.
They're planet-hopping thieves looking for a quick score.
This whole conversation is racist. What are they drinking, Midori? Why isn't the show filling me in on these important details? Did a pirate just sexually assault another pirate on a kid's show? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. A pirate just sexually assaulted another pirate on a kid's show.
I still don't get it.
Get what?
How a bunch of drunken pirates managed to catch Dooku when we couldn't.
The show seems to be implying that Dooku allowed the pirates to capture him because it doesn't make any sense that a super powerful Sith Lord would be outmatched by a group of pirates. But why would he do that? He wanted to get off Vancor, but he's clearly smart enough to not trust the pirates, and he could have easily escaped after landing on Florum. This whole situation makes no sense because the episode is essentially neutering Dooku for the sake of the plot.
I'll eat your ass. I will eat your ass. I will eat your ass first. I will eat your ass.
After escaping capture by Jedi Knights Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Isn't Obi-Wan a Jedi Master at this point, not just a Knight? Get your facts right, galactic news anchor. Otherwise, nobody is going to trust your station.
Come on down to fakenews.meme and cook yourself some good old-fashioned fake news.
At the end of the previous episode, Anakin and Obi-Wan swapped their drinks for their neighbors' drinks, specifically to avoid getting drugged. But this episode would have me believe that the pirates drugged their neighbors' drinks as well. This seems to suggest that Hondo is a genius when it comes to this sort of deceptive game, but I have to say, nuh-uh.
The deal appears to have changed. They must be trying to triple their payday.
By pissing off the Republic? Not very smart. See, this is the problem. The episode wants us to believe that Hondo is smart enough to trick two Jedi into getting drugged, but dumb enough to piss off the Republic. And those two things seem to contradict each other.
A shrewd observation, Master Kenobi.
How the hell did you not notice him before? Also, why didn't Dooku at least try to kill them before they woke up? We see later in the episode that they still have the ability to use the Force with these restraints, so Dooku could have Force-choked Anakin and Obi-Wan before they were able to resist.
It's bad enough we have to be in the same cell, but could you at least spare me the sound of your constant chatter?
And while I hold my tongue, the two of you will devise a brilliant strategy for getting off this godforsaken planet?
Yes!
Isn't it great when three super powerful characters who are currently fighting a vicious war against each other end up squabbling amongst themselves like children? That's exactly what we all wanted to see, isn't it? Instead of better written conflict that actually affects the war effort?
If we tried to ransom Count Dooku off to the Separatists, they would simply send their droid armies here to wipe us out.
It's strange that Hondo doesn't think the Republic will do the same thing. I mean, the clones don't have as many numbers as the droids, but they have a lot more skill and could easily take out the pirates. Hondo is banking on the mercy of the Republic, and it's a wonder that he ends up being right.
As my sweet mother always said, son, if one hostage is good, two are better. And three, well, that's just good business.
One sin removed for Hondo and his wonderful mother. Jar Jar Binks.
Captain Hondo, the leader of those brigands, will accept the ransom and turn Count Dooku over to the Jedi.
Palpatine's dialogue in this scene is really strange. The way he talks about Hondo makes it seem like he's reminding the Senator of Hondo's identity. Also, obvious exposition is obvious. Do they really need to go over the details of the plan right before landing?
The last time I went on one of these ransom missions, I spent 3 weeks in a dungeon.
Dude, why aren't we watching that story? I want to know the tea. Who put this guy in a dungeon?
We've been betrayed.
Thank you for that profound insight, Three Eyes. Jar Jar is effectively the reason why these two pilots end up dead, and I'll never forgive him for that. They deserved better, and Jar Jar never faces any consequences for screwing things up.
Do control your protege's insolence so I can concentrate.
Something Putin said to Trump about Musk before the big breakup somehow makes it into the script. This works. Seriously, if you can jam a knife into a hole to open a cell door, these pirates really need to do some upgrading. Also, if Dooku can use the Force to control the knife, I'm wondering why he didn't send that knife careening into Anakin's jugular, then Obi-Wan's, and finally use the blade to sever the connection between himself and the Jedi. Oh wait, I know why he didn't. Plot armor. Oh no, not Senator Karras. He was great because he did a thing that one time. Before they leave the hangar, there are 4 pirates on 3 speeder bikes. Then when we see them leaving, there are way more pirates on 6 speeder bikes. Is that hangar a spawn point?
Quiet.
That was easy.
Everything about Jar Jar deserves another 10 sins.
There's not enough cover out here.
Well, you're the idiots who left the wreckage of the ship. How many explosives do these pirates have? The leader threw 1 grenade and then a chain reaction somehow went off. This sin is for Commander Stone saving Jar Jar's life.
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
You should be more patient, Master. After all, the Count is an elderly gentleman and doesn't move like he used to.
That's racist.
I would kill you both right now if I did not have to drag your bodies.
Well, you're the dumbass who decided to stick the knife in a hole instead of cutting yourself free from the Jedi. You don't get to complain with decision-making skills like that. So, now Jar Jar and a few clones have managed to domesticate these wild animals in a matter of minutes? Of course they have. This shit is a video game. They pressed X to ride the beasts. Also, how the hell did they catch up to the pirates? The pirates are on speeder bikes and the clones are on rhino horses. Are we really suggesting that technology doesn't provide any advantage over rhino horses? One strong kick is enough to break down a heavy metal door. As much as I love the pole vault, I'm pretty sure this shit right here is breaking several laws of physics and they need to go to science jail.
The Republic deceived us. They didn't send a ransom, they sent an army.
They didn't send an army, you shot them down. Did the episode already forget what happened? So not only did the pirates separate these 3, thus making it easier for any potential escape attempts, but Dooku is still not trying to kill either Obi-Wan or Anakin? Come on, man, this shit deserves a few sins.
Where?
There. No.
Wait.
Oh, there.
I can't.
Commander Stone doesn't break Jar Jar's face in this scene.
They didn't show.
Oh, they did show. With a huge army that they thought would be enough to get the better of me, Hondo!
The fact that Hondo accepts this story without evidence is wild. I mean, even a dumbass would require some evidence for such a crazy claim, right? Are we really supposed to believe that Hondo has the same intellectual capabilities as the average MAGA follower? Heart-shaped torture devices, for when your relationship needs some spice.
What are you supposed to be?
The Dark Lord of the Sith?
Let's fry this one and look around.
As annoying as Jar Jar is, I'd remove all the sins for a scene of him getting fried with the pirates. A little puff puff pass with Hondo Ohnaka? This utter bullshit.
to the power. I was having fun.
Okay, fine. I'll take off another sin for Hondo being Hondo. Yet again, I'm forced to wonder why the pirates haven't upgraded their facilities. If the cell doors automatically open during a power outage, you don't deserve to have hostages.
Kill him! Kill him! He's no representative, he's a plague!
For once, I fully agree. Okay, this scene shows Dooku being a total badass, which is awesome, but it also makes you wonder why he didn't do anything to free himself more effectively. He's a cold-blooded killer in this scene, but earlier in the episode he was the comic relief next to Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Oh, Captain, you will find that Count Dooku does not share our sense of honor. And he knows where you live.
Boys, set the terror level at code brown, because I need to change my pants.
La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da.
I think I'm about to steal!
Chaos and fear mount as the Separatist army rages an epic battle against heavily outnumbered Republic ships.
Oh no, what's gonna happen? Will the Republic lose the war? So much suspense. It's not like there were movies that came out years before the show that spoiled the ending for us. Do I have a boner?
Our shields are gone!
Shit, I mean, so are mine. Ayla can approach me as close as she— Oh, you mean the ship.
We have them now. Send in the super droids.
Dude, y'all are doing perfectly fine without the super droids. Just keep doing what you're doing. No need to change it up.
Those droids are boarding Ayla's ship!
No shit, Sherlock. What did you think they were gonna do, roll a spliff? In all seriousness, this opening battle is pretty awesome. The aesthetic of the atmospheric setting, paired with the type of droid that we've never seen before, makes for a super exciting action sequence.
Hey, kid!
I know! I'm hanging on!
Why you have to be mad?
They survived this.
This is taking too long. Destroy that cruiser.
Who designed these robots to be impatient? Also, why didn't you initiate this blitz earlier? You could have done all this damage 10 minutes ago without wasting a bunch of your rocket droids.
Nice entrance, Skywalker.
Shit, I'd like to make a nice entrance to Ayla myself. Wait, but why is the ship exploding? This is all very convenient for the plot, and they never explain it. Also, Anakin survives this.
I'm gonna turn on the deflector shield!
You go do that, buddy. Way to contribute.
You'll never be able to dock with our ship in the middle of this battle.
We have no choice, Admiral. General Skywalker's condition may be critical. We must get him on board the Resolute.
So that means it'll be possible to dock the ship? How does that work? If it's not possible to dock in the middle of a battle, it still shouldn't be possible regardless of Anakin's injuries.
Are all Jedi so reckless?
Just the good ones.
Arrogance. Aren't the Jedi supposed to be humble? Wait a minute, this is reminding me of something else. A religious organization that claims humility but is actually extremely arrogant?
Well, I wrote this song for the Christian youth. I want to teach kids the Christian truth. If you want to reach those kids on the street, then you gotta do a rap to a hip-hop beat. So I gave my sermon an urban kick. My rhymes are fly, my beats are sick. My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's 'cause Jesus Christ.
Well, that's convenient. The pilot just so happened to get knocked into the hyperdrive, thus enabling the rest of the episode to take place? Come on, man.
The hyperdrive's been activated.
Shut it down!
I can't!
Not being able to shut down the hyperdrive.
What's going on?
We're going into hyperspace! Detach! Detach!
Now take us with them!
Evasive maneuvers!
Wait, but why can't they just shut down the hyperdrive? That's a very obvious solution to this problem, so why don't they just do that?
In our haste to escape, the navicomputer's coordinates were inputted incorrectly. And, well, we're headed right for a star.
But why is that a bad thing? Stars are super cool, and it's not like they're insanely hot balls of gas that'll kill you instantly or anything crazy like that. Rex thinking he's a handyman but screwing up will never not be funny.
It's no use. The navigation computer's completely fried.
And I'm sure that hitting the dashboard is going to help.
Shut down all power circuits to reset the coordinates.
That will cut off Anakin's life support.
Don't worry, Ahsoka. Anakin still has to turn into Darth Vader because his teacher is standing on a hill, so you don't have to worry about him dying. I mean, seriously, is the episode really trying to make us feel tension right now? Is Rex gonna do anything except f*** up this entire episode? Also, the ship survives being this close to a star. Everyone survives this crash.
You and Bly go south. Rex and I will stay here with Anakin.
And this is why we don't let children fight wars. What a dumbass plan. God damn, check out the size of that star. If the planet is this close to its star, how the hell can any life survive on its surface? This planet should be looking like Mercury right now. And we all know the only life that can live on Mercury are the lizard people who control the world government through space lasers.
General Sakura, look. We're not the only ones here on this planet.
He just happened to come across a tablet in the middle of the African savannah? Really? How convenient.
It seems to me that the people we're looking for live near giant trees.
Very perceptive, Padawan.
Why? Because they drew a picture of a giant tree? Are you telling me that nobody else could figure that out?
Don't worry, kid. I'll take good care of him.
All of his sexual needs will be fulfilled. You've got nothing to worry about.
We should be back by daybreak with whoever or whatever lives on this planet.
That's a big-ass assumption. What if they don't want to help? What if they're hostile? What if they're not intelligent enough to provide adequate medical care? They know nothing about the inhabitants of this planet, except that they can draw on tablets and live near big-ass trees.
He was like a father to me. I realized that for the greater good, I had to let him go. Don't lose 1,000 lives just to save one.
As always, it's very nice to get some characterization for a Jedi outside of the core group. Ayla doesn't disappoint.
I don't see any signs of life.
Oh, well, I guess we should give up then. Dude, this is the first goddamn tree you've seen. Buck up and keep searching.
It looks like someone or something intelligent enough to figure out a use for the pods has dragged them away. All we have to do is follow the trail.
Convenient trail is convenient. Scaring adorable puppies will always be a sin. How dare you, Rex? The good boy just wanted to cuddle. God damn, this whole scene is crazy. The clones who die are killed off in the most brutal fashion imaginable, and Bly takes out one of the creatures with a single shot to the eye. Badass.
Cameron's dead. So lucky in flesh.
Oh no, not those guys. I like them because they had names that I just learned 5 seconds ago. I'm pretty sure this is breaking at least one law of physics, and these three need to go to science jail. Guys? Can we gather around for a second? Yes, I did call the HR staff into this meeting. Yeah, so you don't see a problem with this? You designed a planet to look like the African savannah, and then you designed the native species to look like monkeys? You don't understand why that might be considered a little problematic?
We colonized this system to find solace from your wretched war. We came here to find peace.
How young is this civilization? If they colonized this system specifically to escape the Clone War, then this civilization can't be any more than a year old. But the episode made it seem like these dudes are indigenous to the planet with that whole writing on a tablet nonsense earlier. Also, if you just recently colonized this planet, then where's your starship and modern technology? The episode portrays this civilization as primitive, but they should at least have a ship.
I cannot ignore a plea for help.
Like you were just doing 10 seconds ago?
But only one Jedi may go with him. The other must stay, as insurance. We wouldn't want a surprise attack on our village, or the kidnapping of our only healer.
Buddy, do you honestly think that keeping a Jedi in the village is going to do anything to prevent a surprise attack? What are you gonna do? Choke the Jedi with your beard? Also, why are you telling them that Wag 2 is your only healer? You should be keeping that information to yourself, dude. I think their sentence for a violation of the laws of physics at the science jail has been extended.
What difference does it make who started the war and who only wants to end it? No side is free of fault. It takes two to fight.
But isn't liberty worth fighting for?
But is it worth killing for?
This is actually a fairly mature theme for a kid show to explore. The morality of war versus pacifism is very complicated, and neither side is entirely correct or entirely wrong. Take another sin back, damn it.
Rex, they're coming. I can hear them.
Does Anakin have super hearing? Is he secretly Homelander in disguise?
Good work, little guy.
That's racist.
He's a healer. He can make you well again.
Don't you worry. I can fix you right up.
Oh good. I was starting to worry that he wouldn't survive long enough to butcher all the children in the Jedi Temple.
The oil from the pods will aid in the healing process.
Even if it doesn't actually touch your body, apparently. Seriously, are we sure that Wag 2 is a healer and not really a tailor?
If I'd stayed with Anakin, we probably wouldn't have found this village in time to save him.
Yeah, but only because the screenwriters were too lazy to come up with anything better than a child being smarter than a bunch of adults. How convenient that this remote planet has breathable air, and its gravity is just right, otherwise the main characters would be screwed. These fruits look like a cross between pomegranates and a red cabbage. This sin is for the episode not explaining what these are, how they taste, and their evolutionary history. Also, why are the villagers allowing the clones to stay with them? In the previous episode they demanded that Bly leave the village because they were afraid of his blaster, but now they're totally chill with the clones? What changed between the end of the last episode and now?
Commander Bly, we've got company. Friendlies? Negative, sir. A droid ship.
What are the odds that the Separatists would show up at the perfect time to make this storyline happen?
Don't struggle.
Something Donald Trump said to his victims on Epstein Island somehow makes it into the episode.
What menace have you brought to our village now, Jedi?
Why is he blaming the Jedi? Yeah, it goes along with his characterization, but still...
You must leave before your enemies find you.
But you'll need our help. You can't fight them alone.
I know she's a child, but Ahsoka can't possibly be dumb enough to think that these pacifists are going to fight the droids. Yeah, they do end up fighting the droids at the end, but nuh-uh.
I am General Lockdurd of the Separatist Alliance.
Is the fact that his name sounds like Turd a coincidence? No, I don't think so either.
I am T-Wat Ka, leader of this colony. What do
You are now under the protection of the Separatist Alliance. I congratulate you on your good fortune.
Is this a Star Wars-style metaphor for European colonialism? Yes it is. I might even be willing to remove a sin if the natives weren't designed to look like monkeys.
Ransack this dung heap.
That's racist.
And if we are discovered, all of the lawmen will be slaughtered.
Then why are y'all standing around watching? Get out of the village before they see you.
There is no evidence of any weapons or Republic contraband, General.
That took all of 2 minutes. What a lousy search effort.
We will offer no resistance.
Your species is smarter than you appear.
That's racist.
But now, thanks to you, we're safe to grovel before every petty tyrant who enters our system.
You would mock our very way of life?
The appeal to tradition fallacy. Will I remove a sin for realistically fallacious dialogue? No, I will not.
Are you not concerned about the Jedi at all?
I have no quarrel with the Jedi, but we cannot help them without being drawn into their war.
Except you just did help them by healing Anakin. Has your philosophy changed in the past 10 minutes?
You know, I can't figure those villagers not wanting to fight. No pride, I guess.
Rex has clearly never been to a Lerman Pride Parade.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Ahsoka's face looks like she just took a big bite of horse shit. So in the previous episode, both Bly and Rex were able to hit those puppy dog monsters in the eye with one shot, but now they can't hit the droid, which is much bigger than an eyeball? The clones aren't very consistent, I guess.
I'm fine, just go!
Chill out, dude. If Ayla ever looked at me like that, I'd be happy. Why the hell is the probe droid following the trails instead of rising above the grass and flying away? It could easily escape, but I guess it read the script. One sin removed for Ayla Secura being a calm and intelligent badass. Anakin couldn't even run through the trails earlier, but now he's climbing massive trees with no problem? What's his healing factor? Isn't it super weird that the Separatist outpost didn't see anything about the Republic ship when it crash landed? The size of this outpost implies that it's been on the planet for some time, and as such, it should have some kind of system for detecting ships that enter the atmosphere. We've seen such technology in the Star Wars universe before, so it's not asking too much. What are the odds that the Separatists would decide to test their new weapon exactly when the Jedi and clones are watching them?
Today is a grand day for the Separatist cause.
Is he giving a speech to an army of robots? What the hell is the point of that?
A weapon which will destroy organic matter, but leave machines unharmed.
Oh, I see. You needed a way to provide the audience with exposition, and you were too lazy to find a way to do it naturally.
Stay down, boys.
Something Padme said to Anakin and Rush Clovis on her wedding night somehow makes it into the script. Wait, who is this? Between all the movies, shows, books, and video games, you can't expect me to remember everybody's name. Look, I know that I already removed a sin for Ayla being a badass, but I've gotta do it again.
That's some toy.
Gross. Ahsoka's a child. I don't need to hear anything about her toys.
It took out every living thing.
The narration wasn't needed, Captain Obvious.
The colonists will make excellent test subjects.
Wait, what colonists? There are so many characters, planets, and factions in this universe that I can't be expected to remember all of them.
Where are they off to now?
Ayla Secura would be excellent at discount TVSins.
They must be going back to the Lerman village. There's nothing else in that direction.
But why would they go there? The show never explains this. How the hell can he not see them? Also, having robots that are this dumb seems like a major liability. Yeah, the droids are designed for numerical superiority, but still. Where are the outpost security cameras? Why is there no alarm being raised after a droid sees the intruders on the CCTV system? I mean, it would be super effective to have a droid watch the security footage at all times, because it's not like a robot can get tired or bored. Separatist security does whatever the plot needs it to do.
We've done nothing to provoke them, and we will not. That is their way.
So we will just lay down and be slaughtered. Father, even if we don't fight the Separatists, we must defend ourselves.
Mounting a defense is still engaging in battle. If we sacrifice our beliefs, we're no better than they are.
Man, this is such great dialogue. A traditionalist refusing to change their beliefs, even in the face of undeniable reasons, and justifying their dogma with logical fallacies? All of that is very realistic, but it's still a sin because I said so. Convenient shield generators are convenient.
When Count Dooku sees how successful my weapon is against civilian targets, I will no doubt be promoted to a more substantial position within the Alliance.
So his motivation is advancing his career? Nuh-uh.
Many others agree with me, but we were raised under a very strict code. We must respect it even if we don't agree.
Obvious exposition is obvious. You couldn't have written this any better.
By Jedi.
Yo, my guy Lock Durr dropping bars. Okay, this little dolly zoom right here is pretty cool. Is he busting a nut? Yeah, this battle is awesome. Take another sim back, goddammit.
Squad 2 and 3, attack!
Why didn't you send all 3 squads at once? You would have had a much better chance to overwhelm them with your numbers that way. Or you could have had your first squad start to charge, which would draw the Jedi out of the shield, and then the squad could stop charging, and the tanks could have opened fire. Either of those strategies would have been much smarter than the nonsense you pulled.
Sir, there's a Jedi heading right for us.
Isn't it great that Anakin's super serious injuries only took a day or so to heal? I mean, dude's taken on a whole ass army with his bandages still on.
No survivors.
Hey, at least let us have Boston Rob, or Sandra. And what about Tony Vlachos?
There goes my promotion.
Lock Durd is the epitome of a lazily written Saturday morning cartoon villain. This low-rent bullshit somehow works.
Perhaps we do owe you thanks. But I still wonder, at what cost?
The Separatist army is all robots, so what exactly did your people sacrifice by fighting back? It's not like they had to actually kill any living beings, they just disabled a bunch of unfeeling robots.
Don't fight for your king, and don't fight for his kingdoms. Don't fight for honor, don't fight for glory. Don't fight for riches because you won't get any. Those are brave men knocking at our door. Let's go kill them!
Republic outpost overrun.
And why do you expect me to care? I already know how this war ends, so how can there possibly be any stakes?
Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, accompanied by dignitaries from the nearby moon of Pantora.
Well, I certainly hope this mission doesn't accidentally open Pantora's box. I'll be performing live stand-up at Madison Square Garden next week, folks.
And this is the planet's tropical zone!
Wait, but doesn't tropical mean hot weather with palm trees? Why is there snow here? I think these guys need to go to science jail.
Why would the Republic want an outpost way out here?
Because Dave Filoni told him that he wanted to make an episode on Discount Hoth.
Chairman Cho, Senator Chuchi, I suggest you wait here until we can secure the area.
Thanks for doing the roll call, Obi-Wan, but if you think I'm going to remember any of these people by the end of the episode, I've got some oceanside property in Nebraska to sell ya.
Our moon of Pantora is the only civilization in this system. I'm the one who asked the Senate to protect this planet. This wasteland belongs to us.
Dick!
With all due respect, Chairman, this is for the Senate to decide, not us.
Ah, but the Jedi report to the Senate.
Politics. Actually, I guess I can't complain about Star Wars politics when Mango Mussolini is running my real-life country. Does the Star Wars universe have its own version of the Epstein files?
Technically speaking, Master Jedi, the chairman is correct.
Technically speaking, Senator, I don't give a shit.
It must be separatists.
Since when have the Separatists been known to use spears? Did the screenwriters just chuck all the negative character traits at this guy without bothering to even think of injecting any nuance? Also, if the Tals wanted to send a message to the clones with this little art display, wouldn't it have been way more impactful for the helmets to contain their heads? This helmet-only version is guaranteed to maintain the episode's status as a kid's show, but it's also not nearly as badass as it should be.
These computers haven't been touched.
You could tell from just looking at them for 5 seconds? I get the Force gives you special insight and all, but isn't that more with living creatures, not with the Republic OS?
I'd say whoever attacked our base took out the droids also.
But I thought they said that the Separatists attacked the clone base. Now we're saying that somebody attacked the droid base? The episode can't keep its story straight.
Blast it.
This middle-aged dad off a few beers technique actually works. How did these holograms work? Is there a camera that records them? Do they have to be inside a booth? Why isn't the show explaining this very important detail to me?
But there are no dead droids here. No blast marks. The clones' injuries were not consistent with what
So, you're an expert on war now, are you, Senator?
Man, the screenwriters really just made this guy a MAGA talking head.
There's some kind of reflection up there. Do you see it?
Yep.
And I also know exactly where to look to see another one. Don't ask me how, I just drink and I know things. Wait, wrong franchise. Wait, but earlier they said this planet is uninhabited. Now they're saying that these guys live here? There's no consistency in this episode whatsoever. Also, the show never explains the evolutionary history of these creatures, let alone their cultural and sociological histories. How am I supposed to follow along when they leave out those key details?
How do you plan on communicating with these things?
That's racist. Well, that was easy. The Tals are willing to let these strangers into their camp despite being provoked by the only other living creatures on this planet? I think I smell some bullshit.
We come to you in peace. We will not bring harm.
Does Obi-Wan really think this is going to work? When has talking loudly and slowly ever actually broken through a language barrier? Is the handshake a common form of greeting and expression in the Tals culture? If it's not, then this shouldn't work, and if it is, then it seems kinda strange that we never see them shake hands with anyone. In general, this interaction between the Jedi and the Tals is sort of just brushed past in order to get to the fight scenes, but I think it could have been a much stronger episode if we had focused more on the communication difficulties. At the very least, that would have allowed the audience to witness 2 Jedi participating in some OG Jedi activities by actually being keepers of the peace.
Our explorers have spent much time here over the long history of Pantora. No one lives here.
Then you've got some really shitty explorers, my guy. I mean, Christopher Columbus was a bumbling racist dumbass, and even he managed to find some native populations. The Pantorans have much better technology than Columbus ever did, but somehow they've never found the Tals? Lazy writing is lazy.
With respect, Chairman Cho, these creatures, the Tals, aren't advanced enough to master space travel.
How do you know they're called the Tals? Their language didn't even resemble human language in any way, and they didn't even seem to have a written language. And even if they did, how could you ever possibly translate it? Again, lazy writing is lazy.
They only want to be left alone. The droids attacked them, and I'm afraid our outpost got caught in the middle.
Seriously, all of this stuff gets totally glossed over in favor of the Pantoran chairman acting like a one-dimensional poop face. Now that's some bullshit.
No matter what the chairman thinks, we're not going to war.
But don't they end up going to war later in the episode? Why can't the episode keep its facts consistent? It seems rather convenient that the Separatists decided not to send anyone to investigate their outpost on this planet after losing contact with it. I mean, the Tals and the Republic are able to set up a meeting at the Separatist outpost without worrying about a thing because, I don't know, I guess the Confederacy is too lazy to send any of their endless robots to the planet? What the hell? These guys didn't even know the Tals existed until earlier today, but now C-3PO can speak their language? Look, maybe the same species exists on another planet, but if that's the case, then this episode could really benefit from a little bit of exposition. And also, even if this species does exist on another planet, how the hell would they be speaking the exact same language?
Chieftain TVSin welcomes you to his home and hopes you come in peace. He wishes to be good neighbors, but he does not wish you to remain on his planet.
Earlier in the episode, Obi-Wan mentioned that the Tals weren't advanced enough to master space travel, and we've already seen that they live in tents and are only advanced enough to write on stone tablets. With all that being said, how the f*** do they know what planets are? Let alone that it's possible to leave one.
Chairman, I promised the Tals that we would leave them in peace.
But who's the chairman? There are so many factions, characters, and planets in this universe that it's impossible to remember what's what.
You know a preemptive strike is illegal. Isn't there anything you can do to stop him?
I'm afraid not. He has proclaimed this conflict an internal affair.
So you can just declare that something is an internal affair and that erases the illegality of war crimes? How convenient for the plot.
The Speaker of the Assembly. He has the power.
Oh great, now there's a Speaker of the Assembly to remember. Should I be taking notes?
Ambush! It's a trap! Kill them!
God f***ing damn, this battle scene is badass. Don't you love how everyone else who gets hit by a spear immediately dies, including the clones who are wearing military-grade armor, but the chairman who's wearing his normal-ass clothes somehow survives for a while? Death works however the script needs it to work.
The Assembly has decided that the actions of Chairman Cho are out of order. Senator Chuchi, you are given the authority to negotiate a peaceful settlement between the sovereign planet of Pantora and the Tals.
They're name-dropping so many people and planets that they can't possibly expect me to keep up. Who's the chairman? Who's Senator Chuchi? What are the Tals? None of this is ever explained. Earlier in the episode, Rex mentioned that the gunships wouldn't be able to take off in the storm, and here we are watching the gunships take off in the storm. Why bother including that line of dialogue if you aren't even going to abide by it? Jesus Christ, how strong is this guy that he can knock a clone off their speeder with one smack? If this wasn't breaking several laws of physics, I'd remove a sin for pure badassery. Did this bridge wait until the most dramatic moment to collapse? Gotta love a sentient bridge.
11 dead, the rest wounded, including the chairman.
Whose wound appears to be completely invisible, owing to the fact that you can't show blood on a kid show.
The Pantoran Assembly has called you out of order.
Wait, when did that happen? And who are the Pantoran Assembly? The episode never explains this.
I died for our people.
Don't you love when characters wait for the most dramatic moment to die? I can't wait until I learn how to prolong my death for the sake of drama.
To die for one's people is a great sacrifice. To live for one's people, an even greater sacrifice.
I mean, I like an impassioned speech as much as the next person, but this shit was kinda weak. How many of the Tals were slaughtered by clones? Not enough for TVSin to give a shit, apparently. This conflict is resolved way too easily. Is the episode really trying to make me feel tension about this? We all know they don't have the balls for TVSin to gore Senator Chuchi and then attack the clones.
We will leave Auto Plutonia under the watchful eyes of the Tals from this day forth, and recognize your sovereignty as a free and equal people.
So he understood that sentence without a translation? Come on, man.
Well done, Senator.
Yes, most impressive.
Not really. It was mostly the screenwriters who achieved the alliance.
Julius Diego needs a decent throw here. He's in 8th place and he desperately wants a further 3 efforts. The Commonwealth champion, the African champion. He's under a little bit of pressure here. Big roar. Does he like it? Does he like it? That is absolutely huge!
A planet under siege.
And this siege actually happened earlier in the war, right around the beginning, but it's happening late in Season 1 of the show because I guess the showrunners just want to confuse everyone. Also, narration. No wonder the local Christophsis dudes can't defend their planet. They're standing out in the open just kinda praying not to get shot. Why is Cody's helmet plain white? Later in this episode, he wears an orange-styled helmet, so I guess he sat down and painted it during the battle? In this shot, the turret here is pointing at a window that still has a glass pane attached. Why would you aim a mounted machine gun out of a window that still has glass in it? Break the glass first and then stick the barrel out of it, you idiots.
Boys, we'll have this one back in business in no time, sir.
Yeah, and spraying shattered glass from the window in front of it into your eyeballs.
Tanks. They brought tanks.
And why is that a surprise? Did you forget that you're in the middle of an active war zone? This command was totally necessary. We're already marching forward, so I'm gonna signal for the troops to keep marching forward. I am very smart.
Something's gone wrong. Prepare all troops for...
How did these droids get in this building so quickly? They were down in the street 5 seconds ago, but they apparently scaled the skyscraper in 5 seconds?
Abort the mission!
Obi-Wan hasn't seen the recent news surrounding Roe v. Wade. This clone might be the dumbest in the entire army. He just steps out from behind the wall right in front of a full squad of droids. Did he want to die?
Obi-Wan, what's going on?
Dude, you can literally see what's going on through the windows. Why are you bothering to call him? What was this bastard doing this whole time? Sitting in his ship jerking off just waiting to be called? I'm not sure how the physics line up on this one, but I'm fairly certain it's bullshit. Yeah, these dismounts are definitely not physically possible for the clones. Anakin, yes, because he's a Jedi, but the clones, no. Good thing the droids have terrible aim, otherwise this guy might have been shot and not been able to take the head back to base.
The Republic Army is in the north and south towers, level 46.
So they plug some wires into the head, and the information they're looking for immediately pops up without them pressing any buttons? What the hell?
They had all our intel.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
It would have to be someone cunning and resourceful enough to gain access to all our plans.
But that still wouldn't explain how they got our intel.
Yes, it would. If they were cunning enough to infiltrate your base, they could have easily gathered your intel. No wonder the Jedi lost the war.
Spy, sir?
Way to spell it out for the little kids in the audience, Cody. Oh, and by the way, tomorrow you're doing a birthday party. You're the clown.
Perhaps it's time we made a visit behind enemy lines.
Why would they go behind enemy lines to find a traitor? If someone's betrayed you, they'd still be in the base, gathering intel.
One more thing. This mission is extremely confidential. The spy could be anyone. Let no one know of our mission.
There is no reason at this point in the war why Obi-Wan and Anakin should trust Cody and Rex enough to assume they're not the traitors. Not enough time has passed for that kind of trust to develop. This comlink has impeccable dramatic timing. It waited until right after Obi-Wan and Anakin left before it started beeping. Also, Cody picks up the comlink and tells Rex about it. Fine, but why doesn't he also tell the Jedi? I mean, they only left like 5 seconds ago. Just catch up to them and warn them.
He must have gone in the mess hall.
Somehow, neither Cody nor Rex heard the door opening sound effect from the mess hall. I guess the noise machine was turned off during this scene. Wait, what the hell? A second ago they walked into the mess hall and the door was behind them, but when we cut back to them, the mess hall is behind them. Did the room reproduce and teleport its offspring behind them?
Don't shoot, just keep their communications jammed.
Oh, thanks for the exposition telling us they're jamming the communications, random battle droid number 57 million. I'm sure I could have figured that out for myself eventually, but that dialogue sure was necessary.
Whoever it is has blocked our communications.
And that's twice in a row. They literally just told us this exact same thing like 5 seconds ago. Why couldn't you just tell us once? Or nonce?
Wavelength interference. Weak frequencies. Spotty. Irregular. See how it shows up every few days?
So you determine where the traitor is from weak and irregular frequencies? How the fuck does that make any sense?
But clearly, keeping us out is not what they intend.
Didn't they just discuss this a solid 5 minutes ago? Did we really need a recap? These facial hairstyles make it painfully obvious that the clones are all adult virgins.
You called them here.
Why is Slick acting surprised by that? Is he really that much of an idiot?
Ventress. And here I thought this mission would be unpleasant.
The pleasure's all mine, my dear Obi-Wan.
Honestly, this weird flirting between two bitter enemies in a children's cartoon is making me a little uncomfortable. Also, I love how Obi-Wan just subtly checks her out when she drops her robe.
Yep. Freshly scrubbed. Rag's over there in the corner.
Yeah, but how long would it realistically take to scrub down your gun? It can't possibly be enough time to get Jester off the hook already. Chopper's eyes are supposed to be mismatched, but in this shot they're the same color. Continuity will always be an issue, I guess. Careful, Anakin. Ventress has the high ground.
I just wanted something back. I guess I felt like they owed me.
They owed you a bunch of fingers? What are you, Davos Seaworth?
This isn't good, Chopper. Lying about where you were, taking forbidden items from a battlefield.
Why is taking a bunch of battle droid fingers a punishable offense? What harm could that possibly do?
I did not. It's okay. We'll get you a proper investigation. You don't have to say anything till the Jedi come back and talk to you.
Man, Slick is fucking stupid. He just lets that slip even though it's not really an easy thing to just accidentally say. I love how Slick does a full-blown dolphin dive away from everyone when he could have just run away. I guess that's why they call him Slick.
Slick's the traitor?
As much as I love this show, these lines of dialogue are obviously forced in so that little kids can understand what's happening, and it's annoying because it's unnecessary. Ventress is a librarian. What the fuck? The super badass Ventress getting pummeled by books is the most pathetically hilarious thing in this episode.
No escape now, you piece of rankweed!
Rankweed? What strain is that? Okay, first, how did their lifeform scanner detect an explosive device? Are bombs sentient? And second, the way Rex yells at Cody to move makes it seem like the explosion is set to go off much sooner than it does, but they probably could have just waltzed away. Jesus Christ, did Slick have the entire North Korean explosive stockpile on him? He did more damage than a fucking carpet bombing.
I'm all yours, Obi-Wan.
Ventress wants the dick. Anakin and Obi-Wan somehow think that Ventress is surrendering and are therefore both dumbasses.
Come and get me, boys.
The audio from this scene could be swapped into a porno and it would mostly work.
You've been betrayed, and now we're about to take control of this world.
Cool, but serious question. Why don't Anakin or Obi-Wan just force push her off the top of that droid? One little splat and the Confederate leadership on this planet would be done. How does Slick not see them look up? He should definitely know that they know where he is. Did Rex walk back in the room silently? Where's the door sound effect?
I'm not the traitor. You are!
Nope, it's still you. Also, the highly trained and super badass Captain Rex lets Slick wrestle the gun out of his hand like a fucking idiot.
Yes, she offered me money. But she offered me something more important. Something you wouldn't understand. Freedom!
Cool flex, bro, but you might want to turn around and deal with Cody first, cause he's still alive.
Tanks. They brought tanks.
Tank! I gained 3 pounds in Paris. 3 pounds!
No escape now, you piece of rankweed!
How dare you!
Battle droids on Naboo!
Actually, this is the Rishi Moon. If you don't start getting your facts right, you're gonna start sounding like Fox News.
Senator Amidala and Representative Binks race to Naboo to assess the situation.
Great, returning to Naboo in an episode that deals with Gungans. Fantastic.
We came as soon as we could, my lady.
And Anakin came super quickly too when he saw Padme in this outfit. I mean, Star Destroyer, Sith Lord, the Force.
But you can be sure they aren't tourists.
But how can they be sure? I hear Naboo is a very popular tourist destination, but the show never provides a justification for this claim.
They'll need more proof. Finding a couple of battle droids will not be enough.
Finding multiple droids that were literally designed for war, alongside a tactical droid that's designed for creating battle strategies, won't be enough evidence? I mean, I get that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, but this hardly qualifies as an extraordinary claim.
They were found in the grasslands. Where'd they pick up all this mud?
Add that to our very long list of questions.
Maybe from somewhere with a lot of mud? How can they not come up with a plausible hypothesis?
I'm getting a bad feeling about this. With your permission, Senator Padme, I would like to shut down before I get sensory overload.
Permission denied.
Dick! Also, is there any benefit whatsoever to designing a robot that can feel queasy? No, I don't think so.
Ooh, yummy, yummy.
Jar Jar Binks.
You are in very good hands on board a separatist ship. Count Dooku himself intends to reward you for your bravery.
Tactical droids are specifically designed to be more intelligent than regular battle droids, so how the hell is this thing falling for such an obvious trick? I think I smell some bullshit. Jar Jar's tongue doesn't get ripped out of his mouth in this scene.
A small amount leaked out.
Why weren't you wearing a condom? Oh, they're talking about the virus. Never mind.
This is no separatist ship.
But the golden robot just said that they were on a separatist ship a minute ago, and now we're saying it's not a separatist ship? The episode can't keep its story straight.
Unless you want to become a box of spare parts, you'll tell us where that lab is.
Trying to intimidate a robot is a pretty stupid tactic for the head of security. And right here, Jar Jar should be facing some pretty severe consequences. I mean, he just destroyed their best chance of finding out the location of the secret lab, and yet nothing ever happens to him. Lazy writing at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
These are very, very good tongue grabbing.
Something Anakin said to Padme on their wedding night somehow makes it into the script.
Jedi, we were saying.
May I recommend General Kenobi and General Skywalker? Relations with the Gungans are a little tense right now, but they trust General Kenobi like one of their own.
And as for Anakin, I'm just really horny.
I'm going to find that lab.
It's not very smart for Padme to go looking for the lab herself. Yeah, it fits her characterization, but nuh-uh. Nobody told me this episode took place in Flint, Michigan.
What's happened to them?
Jar Jar would be excellent at discount TVSins because the episode never explains this. Jar Jar somehow doesn't hear this. Oh, great, another super annoying Gungan to deal with. That's exactly what we wanted.
A hatch!
Every single time Jar Jar is involved, he accidentally leads himself into plot progression. Is it lazy writing? Absolutely. Is it nonsensical bullshit? Definitely. Is it entertaining? Only for 5-year-olds. Also, why is there a hatch in the middle of nowhere? And where the hell is John Locke?
Don't tell me what I can't do!
Why are you holding us?
Did she really just ask why he's holding them captive? Do you not see the battle droids? Are you unaware that you're currently fighting a war?
Wonderful specimens.
Okay, look, Nouveau Vindi is a little over the top, but he's also kind of funny, and I think I'm gonna remove a sin. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Here goes nothing.
I am creating life.
You might want to wait until the 3rd or 4th date for that, buddy. Oh, he meant the virus. Never mind.
Allow me to present the return of the infamous Blue Shadow Virus.
Villain explains their evil plot to their captive audience cliché.
Yes.
Yes.
The Blue Shadow Virus in its natural form thrives only in water, until I improved upon that weakness.
And all it took was a few lightning bolts for 5 seconds. Science is easy.
This is the last of the bombs, Doctor.
I'm well aware it is the last. You think I'd lose count?
No, he thought the audience needed to find out that you're loading the virus into bombs. It's called exposition, dude. Episode does nothing to settle the debate about whether or not viruses are living things. I mean, seriously, the entire reason we watch the Clone Wars is to see the difficult scientific questions of our day get conclusively answered, right?
Senator Padme can be very hard to stop once she has made up her mind.
She just keeps sucking even after I finish.
Who is that?
Dr. Nouveau Vindi, the senior medic for the Perma families.
Oh no, not the Perma families. Whatever the hell those are.
Good news, my soulless automaton friends.
Look, the only reason anyone gives a speech to robots is to provide the audience with lazily written exposition.
If those bombs get delivered, we'll be facing a galaxy-wide plague. The war will be the least of our worries.
Wait, why would they be facing a plague? And what is this war they keep referencing? The episode never explains any of this.
It's enormous.
Something Padme said to Rush Clovis while Anakin was away somehow makes it into the episode. This absolute bullshit.
So yes, I'm a bit on edge. Why aren't you?
I'm better at hiding it.
I'd give anything for a scene of Obi-Wan lighting up a spliff to get Anakin to calm down. Damn, the timing on those gunships was impeccable. I guess the clones just have an innate sense of drama.
I know what's at stake here.
Why you have to be mad?
Alright, the next few minutes of this episode are pretty great. While the clones are slowly descending from the gunships on cables, the Jedi jump down with no support, then there's a big firefight inside the lab corridor with droidicas. Take us in back really quick before Jar Jar shows up again. It's a really strange choice to use rifles inside a lab that's clearly very close quarters. Smaller weapons with short-range capabilities would be a much better option. If that lightning was strong enough to turn a liquid into a gas, then how is it not doing any significant damage to Padme and Jar Jar? Obi-Wan ex machina. As much as I love to see the clones take down a bunch of droids while being unarmed, it also makes them a complete non-threat to be this incompetent. I mean, Anakin was unarmed and completely exposed for a solid few moments and none of them managed to hit him with a single shot?
We've got a missing bomb and a trigger-happy Mad Doctor on the loose.
Missing bomb? I saw Dr. Vindy give a little droid a bomb.
Whoa, slow down. Who's Dr. Vindy and what droid are you talking about? Also, what bomb? Is anybody going to explain what's happening right now? Once again, Jar Jar manages to save the day by accidentally bumbling into a plot progression. Lazy writing is lazy. Jesus Christ, Dr. Vindy shouldn't be worrying about the Blue Shadow virus, he should be worrying about the chronic epidemic of bad guy aim. Yup, Obi-Wan deserves a send-off. Even an idiot would realize they're standing on a metallic surface rather than the typical mud of a swamp. It's incredibly convenient that Dr. Vindy decides to start practicing his villain laugh. He must have read the script and realized that he needed to waste time for the good guys to win.
The bomb has been deactivated. Did you find Vindy?
Deactivated as well.
Did he just say that Dr. Vindy was deactivated? Are you sure about that? He seemed very turned on by the prospect of global genocide just a second ago.
Oh, I apologize, Kansas. Holy.
It's time to reach for that jug.
You lied to me. Oh! Oh! Guess what got me? God.
If that virus had escaped, everyone on Naboo would be dead now.
Thank you so much for rehashing the previous episode's conflict, Mr. Exposition Machine.
Let's take this Sleemo back to Theed so we can help Padme and Ahsoka clean up down there.
Sleemo? That's racist. How incompetent are these soldiers that they allowed a vial of deadly virus to get stolen? Aren't clones supposed to be super effective soldiers, not bumbling idiots?
You are doomed, young Jedi.
Wait, but why are they doomed? Is the episode ever going to explain this?
Hey, you! Get away from there!
It's almost as if you guys have guns that you could have used to stop the droid from detonating the bomb. Oh well, if only soldiers were trained in firearms handling. Hold on, why is the virus called the Blue Shadow virus? Where could that name possibly have come from? What the hell is propelling the gas towards them so quickly? I get the initial shockwave from the explosion would propel it a little ways, but it would slow down and come to a halt before long. I think the screenwriters need to go to science jail. The closing doors break this gun, but the clones can somehow hold it open? I think I smell some bullshit.
Jar Jar and I were in a safety chamber when the alarm went off. We're wearing protective suits.
All of which is very convenient. Yeah, they're in the safety chamber because that's where the last bomb was, and they have the suits because they were afraid of the airborne virus, but still. Also, what's up with the plants in this room? Episode fails to explain their evolutionary history and pharmaceutical uses.
Put this on.
Jar Jar f***ing Binks.
No! Some of the virus got in here.
Didn't they already know that? We saw some of the blue smoke get into the room, so this is just repeating information that we already had. Also, this begs the question, why didn't the clones wear protective suits? Surely the Republic military has suits that can protect the wearer against viruses. It seems like equipping the clones with such technology would have been step 1 in bringing down the evil virus laboratory.
Are you contaminated?
Yeah, but only because these dumb f***s decided to take off their helmets.
Now we'll need to find an antidote.
I think I found an answer for you.
That was easy. The virus that's been dead for a really long time because people had to literally destroy it and was only recently recreated? You already found a cure? That just seems like lazy writing.
A weed-like vine found only on Iago, the world of 1,000 moons.
Oh, now I see why they had Captain Typho discover a cure after a whopping 2 days of research. Obi-Wan and Anakin needed a side quest. So all they know is that the root they need is on a particular planet, but they don't know where on that planet the root actually grows, let alone how to properly harvest the root? Obi-Wan seems like the type to at least do a little research to make their job easier.
Can you get the door open? Go ahead, Jar Jar.
He only needed to press one button one time in order to open the door of a panic room? Are you kidding me? What a lousy panic room.
I can hear them cutting
Actually, they're cutting through the ceiling, as you can see by the fact that they're on a ladder. Get your facts right, Amidala. Wait, but I didn't think droids could be infected by diseases, so why do all the droids have a serious case of bad guy aim?
Too late.
God damn it.
It looks like a graveyard of ships.
Ship shadowing. Foregrave? Foreshipping? Grave shadowing. What luck. They just so happen to land in a location where someone can help them out, and they can access the route they need without doing any reconnaissance or research on the planet. Seriously, this show doesn't seem to realize how large planets are. Wait, but why don't these robots have any weapons? Aren't these robots the bad guys? The show never explains this.
You just destroyed 17 defenseless battle droids without suffering a scratch.
Obi-Wan coming in clutch with the quick maths.
9 months, man. It took me 9 months.
Oh, great, an annoying child. Just what we needed.
Looks like you used a macro protocol to wipe them all simultaneously. Impressive.
Yeah, it is pretty impressive. Anyway, did you forget that your Padawan and secret wife are rapidly dying from a deadly disease in an underground bunker? A little urgency would be appreciated.
Here, there, everywhere.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Look, you little...
The show doesn't allow Anakin to finish this sentence, so I'll finish it for him. Look, you little angelic child of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm pretty sure that's what he was going to say.
Not past Droll.
Droll!
So, when Jabo reprogrammed these droids, he added the superstitious fear feature? Why the hell is that even an option?
The Phantom Ruler of Viego. He destroys anything that leaves the planet.
He? Why are you assuming it's a man? Sexist much? And now Jar Jar has destroyed Padme's suit, which makes it far more likely that she'll die. How does he keep getting away with these kinds of mistakes where he puts other people in danger? It's just lazy writing.
Don't blame yourself.
Yeah, blame Jar Jar. He should be indicted and put on trial for negligent operation of a laser pistol or something.
And watch out for the Flying Zandu!
What's a Zandu?
Apparently, the Flying Zandu is a pterodactyl descendant with impeccable dramatic timing.
This isn't going to work!
Yes it is, Obi-Wan. Both of you are main characters, and you're both in Revenge of the Sith, so calm down. Man, it's a good thing the disease waited until after Ahsoka destroyed the droids to affect her. It would have been super inconvenient if the disease behaved like a disease.
Got it.
All they need is one? How potent is this plant? I mean, wouldn't it be a lot smarter to get multiple samples? They're Jedi after all, just kill the vines and keep digging up roots. Also, it's quite convenient that Jabo knew where to find the root. How many 10-year-olds are familiar with their local plant life? In this shot, it looks like the vines are lunging at Anakin and Obi-Wan, but in the next shot, they're slowly placing the root in the backpack and the vines are nowhere to be seen. Did the vines accidentally step through a portal and get transported to another dimension?
Cursed we are. The planet is cursed.
Okay, what the actual The old bearded dude with the superstitious warning randomly appearing out of nowhere? I feel like this is some kind of cliche.
You ask me, sounds like a load of...
Superstition.
That's one word for it.
The show doesn't allow Anakin to finish this sentence, so I'll finish it for him. If you ask me, it sounds like a load of very interesting tales that you told with brilliant clarity, my lovely friend. I'm pretty certain that's what he was going to say. What the hell? This random old man has a video of a dude exploding in his ship? Imagine someone you know has a video of the Challenger explosion saved on their phone. How are you gonna react? If the energy field has been triggered before, how has nobody on the planet ever figured it out? It seems kind of obvious what's going on from simply looking at the sky.
Turn the ship around. We'll never make it through.
Or you could just fly out of the field slightly to the left, where there aren't any lasers. This ghost really sucks at ghosting, and all of those dead pilots really sucked at piloting. Okay, I have a great idea. If the Separatists have this kind of technology, they should install it around their prison planets, like Lola Seu, which we visit in Season 3. They could activate the energy field any time they have the Citadel on lockdown so that it's exponentially more difficult to escape the prison, right? Look, all I'm saying is that there better be a laser field when we get to those episodes.
Master, can you hear me?
Something Padme says during roleplay somehow makes it into the episode.
A great leap forward often requires first taking 2 steps back.
The Clone Wars tries and fails to do a Neil Armstrong ripoff.
Angels?
Not only are they glowing, but they also have wonderful dramatic timing. Also, I was just joking about all the Christianity stuff, guys. I didn't think you actually had angels and shit.
We were a peaceful people before the Separatists drove us from our homes and stole our moon.
So the Separatists drove the Angels out of their home to establish a base on the moon, then decided to leave the moon and put a laser field in place to stop other people from leaving. But nobody is asking why they would do all that. What's the point? I get that it's not important for this particular episode, but it seems like an interesting piece of backstory that could be explored later, but it's never brought up again.
I hope that their sacrifice brings us closer to peace.
Somebody hasn't watched Revenge of the Sith?
Transfer control of the Vulture droids to R2.
R2's gonna stick his cock inside my ship, and somehow that's equivalent to controlling the Vulture droids. Don't ask any questions. Honestly, the Vulture droids did nothing of value. They kinda just got blown up before reaching the generator. What was the point? How did they open the lab without the virus leaking out and infecting the whole planet? Wasn't that a big sticking point with this episode? How can they just ignore that?
Senator Amidala suggested we offer you training to help hone your skills with a blaster.
Instead of a trial for almost killing a politician? Come on, man.
I will avenge my death. Holy shit! Just kidding. I'm a crisis detection and correction hologram generated by a chip that real Rick put in your spine. Real in quotes because calling density privileged entities real is incredibly holophobic.
Planet Ryloth invaded.
Oh no, not Ryloth. That planet is super important because reasons.
Evil separatist leader Wat Tambor now rules with an iron fist.
Talk about media bias. The narrator straight up calls him evil. That's not good journalism. Why don't they just send their ground troops to the other side of the planet? Yeah, the blockade probably spans the entire planet, but nuh-uh.
Our blockade is impenetrable.
But it's actually not, though. The Republic breaks through the blockade later in the episode, so this line of dialogue is incorrect.
We cannot allow the Republic to invade this planet.
And the reason for that is... Oh, you can't think of one? Or do you just not want to share it with the rest of us?
This is my first time commanding a squadron, R7. Let's make a good impression.
Let's be honest, the only reason she's talking to her astromech is because the audience needed some exposition.
The men you're commanding are depending on you, with their lives.
This conversation really makes you think about the efficacy of child soldiers. Making her fight in a battle is one thing, but making her lead a squadron to attack a blockade that they desperately need to break? That seems like a very poor choice, tactically speaking. Anakin has way more experience, not to mention skill, so he should really have the command here.
This is 2 acts, ready when you are, Skipper. Ready on 3, this is Slammer, over. Ready on 4, kickback checking in, over.
Does the episode think that telling us their names is going to make us care about them? Spoiler alert, it's not. Also, how cool would it be to see the clones' perspectives on a child soldier leading them into battle? That would make for a good bit of internal conflict, but nope. These hardened soldiers are totally cool with a 14-year-old commanding them.
Keep the cruisers back until we've softened them up.
Yeah, 14-year-olds usually do soften people up, unless they're the President of the United States, in which case they harden up.
Pick your targets.
Oh, really? I was planning on rapid firing into the void at random. Thanks for the advice, boss.
Battle Cruiser 17, Battle Cruiser 19, attack position.
The droid only tells 2 cruisers to move into attack position, but then 4 cruisers show up. Are 2 of those cruisers just for show? Also, episode steals its tactics from Sansa Stark during the Battle of the Bastards.
Axe, are you still there?
I certainly hope not, otherwise you're gonna pass out from the overwhelming smell in the cockpit. Oh, you're talking about a clone, aren't you? Never mind. Oh well, if only we had spent longer than 5 minutes with this guy, then I might give a shit.
Go back to the command ship.
Why are we retreating?
We're not retreating, we're following orders.
And the orders were to retreat, so by definition, you're retreating. I get that she's a child, but I didn't think she was an idiot. All of these sound effects are sins. We're in space, so there shouldn't be any sound.
Cool your jets, Admiral. We're almost there.
Ahsoka faces no consequences for her initial refusal to follow orders, nor from her snark. I might be worried about Admiral Yularen if the original trilogy didn't exist. Wait, is resurrection a thing in Star Wars? Could Yularen die and then come back to life? Is Admiral Yularen secretly Jesus? Or Osiris?
The Republic Space Forces are in retreat. Shall we pursue?
No. Do not break our formation. Let those cowards run.
Dude, this captain sucks at captaining. You force the enemy to retreat, but you're not gonna press the advantage? You have a perfect opportunity to send some ships after them and wipe them out once and for all, but I guess plot armor is too strong for this guy to handle. Why is she so upset? This is a great opportunity to start using Old Spice. How in the ever-loving f*** is this ship on fire? You do realize that fire requires oxygen, right? And we're currently in the vacuum of space?
Ahsoka?
You cost the lives of most of your squad and lost a pivotal battle, thereby weakening our position in the war. As punishment, I'm gonna give you a stern talking to. That should suffice.
I lost so many of my pilots.
Take heart, little one. That's the reality of command.
That's exactly right, and it really makes you wonder, why the f*** are they allowing a goddamn child to command?
They fled the system. Their ships in flames.
Look, I get that these guys fight for the Confederacy of Independent Systems, and historically speaking, Confederacies aren't very good at science, but it's still really weird that nobody is questioning the oxygen levels of space.
We lost a cruiser, the Redeemer.
The Redeemer, huh? Sort of like how Ahsoka needs to redeem herself? I don't like this because I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Dramatic eye-opening timing is dramatic.
How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm fine, Master. Just fine.
Does the Jedi Order have therapists? I only ask because if they don't, then Ahsoka won't be able to process her trauma properly, which should result in serious developmental issues. Oh, who am I kidding? Nobody's gonna put that much effort into the show.
Did we get more support?
No. We have to make do with the forces we have.
If it's so important to the Jedi to free Ryloth, then why aren't they sending more support? Windu and Kenobi are both available, given the fact that they've got their thumbs up their asses waiting for Anakin to break the blockade. In this shot, it looks like the droid's headplate is the normal tan color, but in the previous shot his headplate was yellow to designate his rank.
I decided the only way we can break the blockade is if I pilot the Defender right into their battleship.
Wait, but what's the Defender? And what blockade are they talking about? The episode never explains any of this.
The enemy can't stop that ship from taking them out.
Why can't the enemy just move their ships out of the way? Are they really too slow to take evasive action?
These men are depending on you, and this time, so am I.
Yeah, I mean, whatever would this incredibly advanced military do if they didn't have a 14-year-old to depend on?
Now, Commander Ahsoka will fill you in on the full plan.
Master, wait!
Good luck.
Master!
Wow, Anakin is a dick, not to mention a terrible leader. What kind of general leaves his underage subordinate to come up with a plan on their own, especially when they're already at a massive disadvantage? Yeah, it fits his characterization, but it's still bad because I said so.
You admire Skywalker?
As a general, yes. His record shows he is a great warrior.
Speaking of his reputation, and the fact that the captain did some research on Anakin beforehand, shouldn't he be expecting some kind of clever trickery? And yet, the Separatist fleet seems completely unprepared for Anakin's unconventional tactics. It's easy for the good guys to always win when the bad guys are totally incompetent.
Master Skywalker needs me now! He needs us. Now.
The commander is right.
Dramatic Yularen timing is dramatic. Also, there was no sound effect for the door opening. Is Yularen secretly a ghost who can travel through solid objects? Look at how close the Defender is to the command ship in this shot. There's no way that Anakin has enough time to get into an escape pod and then jettison a safe distance away before the ships collide. And in this shot, it doesn't even look like the Defender is anywhere near the command ship.
Who's in charge? Not me, not me. What should we do? Begin attack.
Okay, fine. I'll remove a sin for the droids being hilariously stupid. I know I just removed a sin, but I'm taking another one back. This whole final battle is pretty awesome. Wait, but who are these two random people? Episode introduces two new characters right at the end.
In a daring surprise attack, Jedi Anakin Skywalker and his Padawan Ahsoka Tano defeated the space blockade guarding the planet.
Damn, you're not giving any credit to the clones? What a dick.
If you take the city of Nabat first, we'll have our landing zone.
Isn't the act of figuring out a landing zone something they should have already done before getting into their ships? Do pilots climb inside their fighter jets and then get told, hey, by the way, you should probably fly east for this mission? I don't know, I just feel like a gigantic invasion should have more advanced planning.
What if they focus the attack on your cannon?
Did Wat Tambor's suit malfunction? I looked this up, but I couldn't get a solid answer, just hypotheses. It's not a super big deal, it doesn't break the episode or anything, it's just a really strange distraction that never really gets addressed.
I am utilizing the prisoners from this village as living shields.
Tactical Droid steals his strategy from the Wehrmacht.
We came to aid the Twi'leks, not destroy their home. Cody?
That means we'll be taking it back the hard way. Minimal destruction with blasters and droid poppers only.
Hey Netanyahu, are you taking notes by any chance? Cody's explaining how you're not supposed to slaughter civilians, you're supposed to target combatants. Maybe you should write this down?
If we're here to free the tailheads, the least they can do is get out of our way.
That's racist.
Fire at will.
Man, there must be a lot of clones named Will. Aw, look at the little puppies having a snack. They're so adorable.
Prepare for their ground assault.
Apparently, preparing for a ground assault consists of placing a handful of battle droids on top of a wall. When you have a strategic position like this wall, wouldn't it make so much more sense to fortify it more heavily? This would make sense if the Separatist leaders were incompetent, but the tactical droids should be better at this. Where are the clones aiming? Are they trying to bring down the wall? Aren't they supposed to be elite soldiers with exceptional skills, not bumbling idiots?
Come on then, let's go! Go, go, go!
Go, go, go! Run headfirst into the line of fire and die instantly.
You heard him, Waxer!
Look, I don't judge people for the amount of body hair they have, but naming somebody for it seems a little strange.
We're trying to get close to the wall!
Try again. I'll give you some help.
Why didn't you help him the first time? Obi-Wan is a dick who just wasted a droid popper.
Buildings are just buildings. What really makes a city are the inhabitants that live in it.
This is true, but it's also the sort of thing you'd see on r/IM14 and This Is Deep. Why are these highly trained soldiers walking down Main Street without hiding or using anything for cover? Seems like a great way to get themselves killed.
They're holding all the survivors hostage. We have to report this to General Kenobi.
Oh, really? I thought we'd keep it a secret. You know, as an inside joke. Haha, using people as shields. Do the clones not have any perimeter security setup? The fact that a spy can so easily land on top of their camp makes them seem totally incompetent. How did one little girl manage to evade capture? The episode never really explains this, and honestly, this is the type of thing that deserves an explanation. If Numa escaped the droids, then why did her father not escape? Why aren't there any others who escaped? And how long has this little girl been surviving by herself in this abandoned city, presumably without much food? The episode sort of just skips over these details. Also, now that I'm thinking about Numa wandering around the city streets, I'm also wondering, why didn't the droids set up any booby traps around the city? They know the clones have to make their way through the streets, so it would have made a lot more sense to set up some explosives and even an ambush or two. Instead, there's absolutely nothing.
Ah! Little tailhead bit me!
That's racist.
Nara.
Oh, you made a friend. Mission accomplished.
Okay, fine, I'll take a sin back for Boyle's sarcasm. The tactical droid just identified this guy as a sergeant. You didn't think that using a droid with a lower rank for this potentially damaging test would be a good idea?
The creatures require organic meat.
How was that even a question? They're living creatures. Jesus, do these droids not have any knowledge of the planet's wildlife? Oh, now I understand how she evaded the droids. Numa's teleportation abilities could definitely come in handy.
You know, I have binders if we need them.
Yo, Boyle, you can't use handcuffs on a child. That kind of activity is strictly reserved for the current president of the United States when he visits Epstein Island. Yeah, nothing else recognizable survived the invasion, but Numa's doll, that shit's in perfect condition, because symbolism.
They are on the move. Sergeant, the attack is coming.
Yes, the impending attack is one piece of information that you just learned, but are you really going to ignore the other part?
Waxer and Boyle are not responding. They never returned from scouting.
That isn't like them. They may have run into trouble.
Sergeant, use the high-powered transmitter to see if you can reach Waxer and Boyle.
There are two clones in the city by themselves, and you have the perfect opportunity to ambush them. Take the opportunity, my dude.
That car!
Clone Wars episode turns into a horror movie for a few minutes.
I think I know why the kid never came back here.
How do you know that Numa has never come back here? She doesn't speak Galactic Basic, and you two don't speak whatever language is native to the Twi'leks. Convenient trapdoor to the sewers is convenient, and also probably smells like shit.
Their chances of success against us are 742 to 1.
Never tell me the odds. Wait, wrong Star Wars property. Alright, I'm definitely removing a sin for Obi-Wan being a total freaking badass.
Yes, but their numbers are thin.
Tactical droid fails at body positivity. Obi-Wan just told Waxer and Boyle to keep Numa in the tunnel because he would handle it himself.
I'll take care of this. You keep her here.
But not 10 seconds later, he motions for Waxer and Boyle to follow him out of the tunnel. What the hell is going on? It's really easy for the good guys to win every single battle when the bad guys are totally incompetent.
Commander, we have a problem. The Jedi is freeing the prisoners.
Luckily, the tactical droid decides to take a smoke break immediately after his subordinates inform him of the escaping prisoners, which allows Obi-Wan to hijack the cannon without a hitch. Man, isn't it convenient how literal robots have a slower reaction time than human beings? Otherwise, Obi-Wan would get blown up right now.
Sheer dumb luck.
This doesn't make a whole lot of sense. At the beginning of the episode, the Jedi didn't know about the anti-aircraft cannons, which forced them to turn the cruisers around. However, the second the cannons are destroyed, the cruisers show up, which suggests that they have some way of monitoring the cannons. This is a really weird contradiction that could have been fixed very easily.
So, what is that she keeps calling us?
Nera. It means brother.
God damn it, you made me tear up. Take a sin back before I let toxic masculinity sort me out.
I'm in danger!
Clone troopers under the command of the Jedi have successfully invaded the separatist-occupied world of Ryloth.
For some reason. Is it strategic? Is it tactical? Who knows? I don't even think the screenwriters know.
While Obi-Wan Kenobi frees villages from the grip of vile separatist leader Wat Tambor.
He just straight up called Wat Tambor vile. Media bias at its worst. So Mace Windu decided to march their troops and tanks along this narrow ridge that's completely exposed to enemy fire? I didn't think he was an idiot before, but now I'm certain he has the same amount of brain cells as the average MAGA supporter. In the first shot of Commander Pons, he's wearing a comma around his waist, but in the second shot, the comma is nowhere to be seen. I guess he became a stripper off screen? I get that it's difficult to hit small moving targets, but not a single shot hits the clones. Not even one. Why are the bad guys always terrible at their job? I'm pretty sure these walker vehicle things are breaking several laws of physics, and the science police are on their way. With that being said, this whole opening battle scene is pretty awesome. Mace Windu uses the Force to remove a tank from the path, then commandeers a walker and charges the enemy line, disabling their tanks and clearing a path. I'll remove a sin for this exciting start to the episode. Wait, I thought this robot got destroyed in the previous episode. And don't tell me that it's a different robot, because nuh-uh.
There are no reinforcements available, Chancellor.
Because that's the way the screenwriters wanted it to be. Yeah, that's how writing a story works, but still. So the Twi'leks apparently use the exact same style of graves that we use. That's not necessarily a big problem, but it would have been cool to see some more creativity with the graveyard, something that actually speaks to their alien culture. Instead, it's just a bunch of normal-ass tombstones.
Keep on the lookout for that lost patrol.
Do robots forget their orders? That doesn't even seem possible, and if not, then there's no reason outside of exposition for the audience that the Super Battle Droid needed to say this.
Did you hear that? I don't see anything.
Oh, well, if you don't see anything, then the noise must have been your imagination. I mean, even though you're a goddamn robot. Stop being incompetent!
No wonder he got blasted. He's one of those older models programmed by a central computer. Not us. We're independent thinkers. Roger.
Robot exposition. Unnecessary and poorly written robot exposition. There's no way, let alone a good reason, that the rebels shot all the droids, then went into hiding, then emerged from hiding, in this short span of time. Vulture droid vaginas. Did they dig out this underground base after the ship crashed, or was it already here and the ship just so happened to crash on top of the base? If it's the former, then my incredulity about the time and manpower involved has definitely been piqued. If it's the latter, then that's a massive coincidence.
What is this? A scratch? Gobi, get better.
Oh, okay. I didn't think of that, but thanks for the idea.
We have little food or drink, but it is our tradition to share what we do have with our guests.
For a guy who seemed fairly hostile towards Mace Windu and the Republic just a minute ago, his decision to show them the location of their secret base and waste resources on them doesn't make a whole lot of sense. This is pure evil, and that's a sin because TV characters aren't allowed to be evil because I said so.
They didn't hit us. They bombed the village.
Jeez, nobody told me that the Republic was fighting against Israel.
Another armed occupation is not a free Ryloth. How long before I am fighting you, Master Jedi?
This is actually a fairly nuanced perspective on wartime occupation, despite the fact that this show is for kids.
Senator Ta, so glad you could join us from comfortable Coruscant.
Comfortable Coruscant comes close to confiscating cozy cutlery. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Why does TVSins make these dumbass alliteration jokes anyway?
There will be nothing left to lead if you two refuse to work together.
General Windu, do you copy?
I hear you, Skywalker.
Windu's communication device continues to beep even though he accepted Anakin's call. It's a weird little mistake that the showrunners must have simply overlooked.
I believe in democracy.
I think MAGA might learn a little something from watching this show. Oh, who am I kidding? Learning is demonic, of course.
Men of Ryloth!
Only men? Sexist much?
They're deactivating the bridge. Double time it. Let's move.
As funny as this scene is, it's also kinda stupid. The only warning the droids get about the bridge deactivation is an auditory cue, which is a really poor system when you have super advanced technology.
Try and keep up, clone.
Clone? That's racist.
Your people will never be in danger if our walkers can cross the bridge into the city.
And how do you figure that? Has Mace Windu never heard of Crossfire? And did he forget about the firebombing campaign of civilians? Come on, man.
Perhaps there is your way.
This is the way. Wait, wrong Star Wars show. So a small handful of flying battle droids was the only security detail they had? Yet again, the total incompetence of the bad guys is what allows the good guys to save the day.
Deactivate the bridge. Oh well, too bad for them.
Good thing the bridge decided to take longer to deactivate this time, otherwise the clones would be dead. Okay, Mace Windu's a badass. Don't the Separatists have a tactical droid with them? It would be a much better strategy to keep the gates of the city closed and fire on the Republic from the walls, rather than open the gates and allow the Republic inside. This droid looks like he's in pain from the laser blast. I didn't know robots could feel pain with their non-existent nerve endings. Why aren't you shooting? He's right there! Press the big red shoot button! As satisfying as it is to watch Wat Tambor get left behind, it also doesn't make much sense. The tactical droid made it clear that he's following Dooku's orders to a T, and Dooku explicitly stated that he wants Tambor to escape the planet before the Republic captures him. So leaving Tambor behind actually violates Dooku's orders.
I am afraid Amir Tambor refused to retreat in time.
And now this robot, who's supposed to be loyal to Dooku, is lying to him. I mean, Tambor was right there, so clearly he had time to board the ship and escape. Anakin and Ahsoka ex machina. Is anyone else getting Phantom Menace flashbacks?
I will kill anyone, anywhere. Children, animals, old people, doesn't matter. I just love killing.
No landing is permitted without permission.
Oh, how helpful. He essentially just said that if you don't have permission to land, then you don't have permission to land. I'm so glad he was able to clear that up. Also, what is it with Star Wars governments being horrible at protecting their officials? This is the Senate building, but the only thing that happens when you illegally land there is a couple guards come out and arrest you. You're telling me that there are no cameras or shields or anything else?
Son,
I wouldn't be so hasty if I were you.
Okay, I know it's still very early in this episode, but I've gotta remove a sin for Cad Bane being an absolute badass. See what I mean though? All these guards go down like a bunch of bitches. Security at the Senate building is shit. Also, sorry if I'm harping on one point, but in real life, there is no fucking way that you could hide on a rooftop and snipe a bunch of guards at a government building. And to make things even worse, this universe has futuristic technology that should absolutely make this impossible.
Base to platform. What was all that? Report.
Protesters against the war.
And just like that, we're cool. No need to send out more guards to check the recently attacked platform. I'm sure it's fine. How did the droids get the suits on so quickly? That must have been a fucking record.
We should go away together. I know a place far away from here where no one would recognize us.
Boring.
Oh, it's only 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Dude, you're currently in a fucking war. 2 weeks is a very long time for a general and a senator to take off during a war.
To protect those who would otherwise be powerless to protect themselves.
Of course, but those are ideals. Isn't our love more important to you?
Not gonna lie, Anakin comes off as a selfish dick here. Also, I probably should have said this earlier, but skip!
Wow, it's heavier than I thought.
Is she talking about the lightsaber or something else? What the fuck? This room controls all the power in the entire Senate building, but you only have one guard at the door? What is wrong with this government? Also, in this futuristic universe with literal laser swords and spaceships, there is not a single camera in this building that picks up their movements and identities. Does Bail Organa not know how to fucking knock? What a dick.
Right. Privacy Invasion Bill.
Does anyone even know what this bill is about? No? Oh well, it's better to keep the audience in the dark, I guess. Also, as Padme goes to leave the room, I'm left wondering why she doesn't just drop the lightsaber on the desk. She knows it's gonna look suspicious, but she doesn't just leave it behind? Not a single one of these guards can hear the loud ticking noise that Bane's grenade is making.
Help me. No.
That's actually pretty dark. This room full of literal senators has 0 guards in or around it.
I don't know who you think you are, but I, for one, have no intention of listening to this kind of insolence.
This guy is an idiot.
I think you should see this.
You better come take a look at this cliché. Also, I'm baffled that Bane's group has evaded everyone until now, and that somehow, some way, a squad of shock troopers hasn't been sent to arrest him. Shit, if their government is this easy to break, I'd be the greatest criminal in history.
They've triggered the security system. The Senate buildings have sealed themselves.
Thanks for all the exposition, big guy. I'm sure I could have figured this all out on my own, but spewing off these facts really added something special to this episode.
I am Padme Amidala, senator from Naboo.
What perfect timing. Anakin shows up right when his wife starts talking to Bane. What a coincidence.
Hello. Come in, anyone there?
Anakin's communication device apparently runs on T-Mobile. Why don't these bounty hunters actually go inside and search these rooms? They just stand in the doorway and look in, but they don't actually do a thorough search, which could potentially allow for Anakin to remain in hiding. This works.
You have 2 more floors to check.
Come on. We've got 2 more floors to check.
Okay, so Anakin does a Jedi mind trick on the Weequay dude, but the droid is still a droid. It can't be influenced by Jedi mind tricks, and it heard Anakin in this room, so why is it just giving up?
No lightsaber cuts.
And yet the droid's head came clean off the body. What a crazy feat. Wait just a second. Earlier, when the power was first turned off, Palpatine was trying to open his office door, but he couldn't because there was no power. So how is this door opening and closing now? The power hasn't been turned back on yet.
Well, well. What have we here?
Dude, this bounty hunter sucks. So the droid gets in the speeder, and it almost immediately flies off. My question is, how can the speeder be flying if the droid is still holding his gun? He's very clearly not controlling it.
If you so much as breathe on one of these lasers, the whole room will blow up.
Okay, so don't touch the lasers. But we can still crawl under them, right? Well, that was unnecessary. These clones remind me of Jake Peralta.
Oh, you can't imagine the—
Skip!
How about some dead senators as payback?
Isn't it convenient that these things take their sweet time to go off? Otherwise, the Republic would have a bit of an issue on their hands.
Oh! Oh! That was a high caliber round!
Son, I wouldn't be so hasty if I were you.
Shit, Negro. That's all you had to say.
I don't know who you think you are, but I, for one, have no intention of listening to this kind of insolence.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
I assure you that it will be met with appropriate force.
You come anywhere near me, my family, or Ruth again, the next time you see your son, he's gonna be hanging from a bridge in Juarez. You got that?
Right.
Not bad, not bad.